Okay, you ready to start whenever?
Oh, man, I'm glad we're here to record this episode, but I'm kind of thirsty. Rob, you got some orange juice?
Sure do.
You got some vodka?
Of course.
Well, hook a brother up with a screwdriver then.
Run the theme.
If you want a movie review, look no further than these dudes. You got Real Buzz Rob on the mic, you got Cannabis Keenan, he's alright. Caitlin is giving all she can give, and Calvin doesn't even know where he is. This is Real Buzz Takes with the Real Buzz Crew.
Welcome to another edition of Real Buzz Takes. We are the Real Buzzed Crew. I am Real Buzzed Rob.
Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
It's my mantra.
Have you put that fucking episode back on yet?
No.
God damn it.
And to my left, we have Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Cannibal, a.k.a. Cannabis Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Barbarian, Keenan Robertson.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, man, I'm fucking wasted.
Hello, everybody.
And in studio today, we have a very special guest all the way from Lee Summit, Missouri, my good friend Aaron Roberts. Say hello, Aaron.
I loved a woman who wasn't clean.
Hey, you've used that for Calvin before, I think, right?
Yeah, so
Did you give me Calvin sloppy seconds?
sort of. I can only find so many,
used
so much
the drop
time in the
that
week to
wasn't
find
clean.
drops, and so I've used all three of those before in earlier episodes. So I was hoping not to reveal that, but since we called it out,
That was on Keenan.
that was on you, Keenan.
I knew the first one had been used before. I didn't know if I had heard mine before, but whatever.
I'm not sure that episode I used it on got released. I don't really remember.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, welcome in. Real Buzz Takes, yeah.
What's up? I'm Real Buzz Rob. Hey, we got Keenan and Aaron. Today we're going to talk about the movie Jackie Brown, starring Pam Grier.
Boom. That'd be the
That's real radio, Rob.
real radio, Rob.
Well, where's DJ Rob?
I don't know, man. He hasn't come out in quite some time because since COVID and everything.
DJ
I
Rob.
kind of just
You're in
picture
the the
you here
mix.
on your table.
You're in the
just
mix.
putting the speakers over the lake and
Maestro of the ones and twos. It's DJ Handsome Rob.
DJ.
That's verbatim a script from one of my drops.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you record it with that voice too?
No, I didn't record it, but I did write the script, and
Okay.
I outsourced the recording.
What'd you say? Master of the ones and twos?
Maestro.
Maestro of the ones
Maestro.
and twos. Okay.
Just
well, that's
a
good.
hint of more douchey, and you've got it.
Yeah.
Just a hint douchier.
He was on the ones and twos with his pinkies out, the maestro of them.
It's almost like that stripper DJ voice. Goes,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thanks for coming down. Make sure you tip me. Go say hello to Melinda.
If you're not tipping, you're slipping.
Make sure you go to the buffet and get some chicken tenders. They're really good. They got chicken wings, and make sure you tip that. Hell, here is Charisse.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow, bow. All right, anyway.
So the movie we are reviewing today is, of course, Jackie Brown. Release date was Christmas of 1997. Did not pick this as a Christmas movie.
Christmas flick, huh?
Christmas flick.
I feel like Tarantino, though, like Django definitely came out around Christmas because I remember seeing it on the plaza in like Christmas time. So maybe he tries to go for Christmas releases.
I think
don't
he
know.
likes the irony. He drops something with every bit of as much of the N-word as he can.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, let's. What's the most family holiday?
He and Spike Lee have real beef about this. Spike Lee publicly dislikes Quentin Tarantino because he thinks he is a little gratuitous with his use of the N-word in his scripts, which is probably a fair criticism. But Samuel L. Jackson's come out multiple times and been like, nah, man, I add a lot of those in. Like, I'm improvising.
Well, and I also like Tarantino's point where he comes out against that and says, point blank, anytime a word is given that much power, he thinks that every person in the world should go yell it because it's just a word.
It's true.
That's Tarantino's words,
Yeah,
not mine.
I'm not
just telling
as someone as the host of this podcast. I'm going to recommend that our listeners don't do that.
Dear God, please don't.
I mean, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off.
Take the power away from the word. I can get behind it in the spirit of it, I suppose, but in the practice of going out and say I just won't be the one to go.
I'm not going to test the theory.
All I can think about is Clerks 2. I'm taking it back.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh,
It's
man.
so bad.
Oh, the PM? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh,
Yep,
good Lord.
yeah, go ahead. I'm not-
Director was Quentin Tarantino. Before this, Quentin was known. I mean, everybody knows all of his movies. This is one of his least well-known movies, I think.
Absolutely.
And I think it's one of his best. It's really a hidden gem.
The thing is that it is definitely a hidden gem. I'll say that, and not to put this movie down at all because I do love this movie. But in the grand scheme of Tarantino movies, it's probably lower on my list.
Okay, no, that's fair.
I mean, I love it.
No, I don't do it. I've got it coming up.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it.
I love all of his movies, but
So before this, he's known for Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, a couple episodes of ER, and his very first film, which came out in 1987, it had a $5,000 budget. It was called My Best Friend's Birthday. There was no trailer available, and it was shot in black and white.
yeah, it doesn't really count.
I don't think it counts either.
Yeah, he calls this his third film, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. This is like his fifth film.
I know, but I think he
third.
calls it his third film.
I think he said this is the first professional directing job he did, which is insane because he did Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction before this.
Yeah, both good movies.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Fantastic movie.
After this, known for, make sure you stay up close to that mic, Aaron.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep, my
After this, known for Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, he guest directed parts of Sin City. He directed Death Proof, which was that Grindhouse double feature. He did a couple episodes of CSI, Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, and most recently, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
you just named some hits, man.
Yeah, he don't miss, man. He doesn't really have a bad movie.
Yeah, no, I think he's very deliberate with the movies he makes and all that.
He has
stuff.
movies that are difficult to watch. I think The Hateful Eight technically is a fantastic movie. I have a hard time watching it.
I just watch it like, I don't know, within the last week. The extended edition that's on Netflix or
You got
whatever.
the extended one?
Well, it's on Netflix.
It's already fucking 3 hours.
No, they broke it into 4 episodes. I guess to try to make it
nice.
easier for people to watch. You know, you watch
Absolutely.
an episode or two a night and then watch them the next night. And
It's a way better way of going about
I
that.
still watch it all in one sitting. I saw that movie when it was released with like the Roadshow or whatever, where they did an
they
intermission.
went on
They
tour,
gave you like
yeah.
a book pamphlet and all this shit. So that movie has a special place for me. That's probably why I like that one.
Oh,
so
I
much,
almost last night I finished watching Jackie Brown, and I watched it on Amazon, and
Me too.
they immediately started rolling into all of the Tarantino films, and
Yeah.
Hateful Eight was right there. It's Samuel L. Jackson, and it took a lot of willpower not to click Hateful Eight again.
And that's a
just start
perfect,
watching it.
perfect segue into the cast. The cast,
Cast.
Pam Grier is Jackie Brown. Robert Forster, rest in peace. The late Robert Forster is Max Cherry.
He just recently passed away, didn't he?
Last year.
Last year. Okay.
Yep.
By the way, the naming of this movie, Max Cherry.
No, I was going to bring that. Again, the names are fantastic. You have Max Cherry, Ordell Robbie, or Roby.
Oh, Roby. That's
No,
we're
and
we're
by
gonna
the
talk
way-
He
about
spells
that.
it
Yes.
Robbie.
We'll talk about that.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I was like, oh, that's for sure.
Louis Gara. You've got Ray Nicolette, Melanie Ralston, and then my favorite, Beaumont Livingston. But yeah, so
You didn't say Bridget Fonda either.
No. I've said their names. I haven't. I'm getting.
Oh, the character
Yeah, the
names.
character names.
Okay.
So you had Robert Forster as Max Cherry, Samuel L. I'll have it Sam Jackson
It's my beer.
as Ordell Robbie, Robert De Niro as Louis Gara, an honorable mention to Michael Keaton as Ray Nicolette, Bridget Fonda as Melanie Ralston, and she, God damn it, dude, she's been annoying in both movies that we've reviewed with her in them.
Yeah, but she's intentionally annoying in this one. I think in
This one intentional. in
Lake Placid, I think
yeah.
she was trying her best to not be annoying. Well, I guess she was intentionally annoying in that too. Never mind.
And then shout out to Chris Tucker as Beaumont Livingston.
Little screen time, but did a good job with what he got.
Yeah, he was in the movie maybe 5 minutes,
Yeah.
if that.
That's
and
generous, yeah.
yeah, I think maybe closer to 3. Would you call it a cameo? I think I wouldn't. I would call it a small role.
Yeah, because I don't think he was big enough for it to be a cameo at that point.
Yeah, probably not.
Like it was probably
That's true
he was just
because
trying to
he
take
wasn't
some
a big
roles.
enough name. That's a great
Yeah,
point.
this was before Rush Hour and all that stuff.
Oh, and I also forgot before we get started on Pam Grier.
Yeah, let's fucking rage!
Woo!
Just peak the levels there.
Well, I mean, wake you up when you're driving.
True.
Yeah, the Romanians like that type of shit, right?
Yeah. Well, Aaron, I don't know if you know, we have quite a following in Romania.
I did. I'm not gonna
Turns out.
act like I knew that, but I heard you guys mentioning it a couple of episodes back.
We have a few hundred plays from Romania, which it's got to be the same fucking people. There's no way there's like Romanians, like just like different Romanians discovering us.
I don't know. Maybe Anchor runs deep.
I
or
like these
something in
American
Romanian.
foul mouths. They do good movie reviews. It's a terrible Romanian
what in
accent.
the hell is going on?
I don't know.
I mean, I couldn't do a better Romanian. I don't know. Really would.
Don't know what
I
it sounds
would
like.
never dare to try, but I will tell you this: I hear that the Romanians are very, they have a very distinguished taste when it comes to their podcast. So we thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
isn't that where Bucharest is in Romania, right?
Sure.
I don't know, dude. I copied off of Jeff Blum on all of our geography stuff.
A lot of good porn stars from Bucharest,
All right.
or so I hear.
Are you thinking of another boo word?
Maybe. What?
Nothing?
Bukkake?
What?
Anyway,
Great.
before
It's been said now.
we'll go with Pam Grier. We'll start with her. Before this, she's known for a lot of 70s era blaxploitation films like Black Mama, White Mama, Coffee, Foxy Brown. And then later in her career, she kind of segued into action films like she did Above the Law with Steven Seagal. I haven't seen it, but Pam Grier, I'll sign up for anything that has Pam Grier and Steven Seagal.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just going to be gold.
Give that casting director more money.
That's perfect for this podcast.
Yeah.
And she rounds out her career most recently with Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, Escape from L.A., where she plays a transgendered woman. And then so it was ahead of its time, John Carpenter.
Very.
And then Mars Attacks. After this, known for Jawbreaker, which we reviewed, and I think we may have gone over her shit in that pod. I don't remember. No, she had a small
I wasn't on
No,
that
you
episode.
Jawbreaker, In Too Deep, The Adventures of Pluto Nash, and a movie called Bad Grandmas.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd watch
Go ahead and just put it on the list.
Is that like the sequel to Bad Moms and Bad Moms Christmas?
No,
They
maybe.
got Bad
just years
Grandmas.
later.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe it was like a cousin sequel to Bad Grandpa with Robert De Niro because they were both in this movie together.
That movie was actually pretty funny.
I loved it.
Bad Grandpa.
Yeah, weird career move for De Niro, but he really commits and it's funny.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think he has so much money at this point, he's just bored.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
All right.
Robert Forster. Before this, he is known for the television series. Well, okay, first of all, let me preface this by saying he has 189 credits, and the majority of them come from a long time ago, and I didn't know them, so I'm starting with the first one I recognized. He had a regular spot on Murder, She Wrote. He was in the movie American Yakuza, Original Gangsters, and also had a regular role on Walker, Texas Ranger.
Well, there you go.
Gold.
After this, he's known for the movie Psycho. That would be the remake with Vince Vaughn.
Okay.
Mulholland Drive, which was Fincher's. Was that David Fincher's first film, Keenan?
I don't know, but it's a weird fucking movie.
It's very strange. Me, Myself, and Irene, which is definitely going to be on the pod. We're putting that one on the list. Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, Lucky Number 11, Ghost of Girlfriends Past.
Dude, Lucky Number 11's fantastic. I volunteer as tribute.
I've not seen it in years. I know it's Josh Hartnett.
I remember really, really liking it.
We
but-
got it at a Blockbuster in like the bargain bin.
Oh, there
just
you
as
go.
a whim, you know, you
Oh,
get
yeah.
like 5 for
it's
$20
like,
bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
great deal.
So I picked that up because I was like, it looks like good. You know, it's not bad. Bruce Willis and Josh Hartnett. Fantastic movie. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually forgot that movie existed, so I should watch that again.
I think that one fell
Slevin
through the
Kalebra,
cracks.
man.
I think Josh Hartnett in general kind of fell through the cracks.
Absolutely.
He was hot for 3 to 5 years.
Absolutely.
And I haven't seen much from. I mean, I remember he did Penny Dreadful. That's the last thing I remember.
yeah,
him doing.
and that was like, what the fuck is Josh Hartnett doing?
It was really
Very
He's
strange.
alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ava Green too. I like her. She's in that.
There you go.
After this, I said, "Second, me, myself, Aaron, Charlie's Angels." Oh yeah, The Descendants, Olympus Has Fallen, Breaking Bad, which he was awesome in. London Has Fallen, and then the Breaking Bad movie El Camino. Did you guys see that on Netflix?
I just thought about watching it last night after I watched this one.
It's worth watching. Don't have really high expectations. It's definitely worth watching.
I loved Breaking Bad.
I
so-
did too. So I had super duper high expectations, and I wasn't let down. But it just, I mean, nothing can live up to
It's
the Breaking
funny
Bad series.
we're talking about this because I've been rewatching Breaking Bad like as we speak.
Might be the best series ever created.
What episode are you on?
I'm season 2, like episode 5 or something like that.
Between that and The Sopranos, because The Sopranos kicked off the
I
golden
like The
age of
Sopranos
television.
more.
Well, the single camera, right? Wasn't
Oh, I don't
Sopranos
know.
one of the first of the single camera that took us away from sitcoms and put us into the higher production
Oh.
value of a single camera show, like the ones we're used to seeing now.
I did not know that.
And then also Tony Soprano was one of those first like anti-hero type
Yeah,
guys.
he
Right,
did start the
absolutely.
anti-hero
Yeah,
trend. That's
Absolutely.
true. So Sam Jackson, before this, known for Do the Right Thing. Again, he had a ton of credits. I'm just going with ones that are doing the hits. Doing the hits,
doing
baby.
the hits.
Do the Right Thing, Goodfellas, Jurassic Park, True Romance, Pulp Fiction, and Die Hard 2. After this, known for the movie Sphere, the Star Wars franchise, Deep Blue Sea, Unbreakable, SWAT, Snakes on a Plane, the MCU, Django Unchained, Hateful Eight, and most recently, The Hitman's Bodyguard.
I never saw that. But
Very
watch
good.
it. Go
It's-
watch it.
It's
That's with
very
Ryan
funny.
Reynolds?
Yep.
Absolutely.
The sequel's
Anything Ryan
coming
Reynolds
out.
Yeah.
has been great.
I'm glad that you said Jurassic Park because I just went and saw that with old Sandra D at the drive-in not too long ago.
Hold on to your butts.
And she's seen that movie, but we've both seen that movie before a bunch of times. And but I at the end of it, I was like, man, we missed Samuel Jackson dying. Just being at the drive-in.
You just see his arm on her shoulder, and it's like,
I was like,
"Ah!"
oh fuck, I totally missed that. And she was like, Samuel Jackson's not in this movie, and I was like, what
I
the
didn't realize he
fuck are
was.
you talking?
Hold on to your butts.
Yeah, he is.
He's always
that.
smoking that cigarette.
smoking the cigarette.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got the
Yeah.
glasses.
He
Now
gets
I-
eaten
now I
by the
remember.
Velociraptor.
Yeah.
You see his arm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does the super like dope smoker move where he talks with his cigarette in his mouth, like he doesn't take it out. He just continually smokes it
When I
as
was
he's
a,
speaking.
Yeah, when I was a smoker, I would try to do that.
It's so hard.
It gets all in your eyes, and yeah,
He mastered the art of smoke talking,
smoke talking.
smocking.
Yeah, that's a better movie than Wind Talkers. I'd watch Smoke Talkers with Samuel L. Jackson any day.
Wind Talkers is that's a John Woo film, I think.
It's a war movie, I think.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I will
All
say
right.
that Samuel L. Jackson's voice is like the antithesis of Morgan Freeman's. His
But in the
talk
best
yelling-
way possible.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
His scream yelling, I honestly would listen to him. He could honestly just be narrating the minutes from a Lottawanna board meeting, and I'd listen.
No, that's why I think that a lot of these people would have like Samuel L. Jackson would have a great career in audiobooks, just reading audiobooks.
I got to tell you, I would love to hear him announce one baseball game. Not a soccer game. not a
Only
football game.
if it's not edited. Only if he can say whatever the fuck he
No,
wants.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm saying just set the man free.
Yeah,
Let
I
him
agree.
fly.
Yeah.
He's a peacock.
Well, because they kind of did that. They had Snoop Dogg guest announce like 10 minutes of a hockey game. It's on YouTube. It's very funny.
I will be
All
Googling
right,
that.
yeah.
All right.
So Sam Jackson so I guess Robert De Niro now. Before this, known for Godfather Part 2, Taxi Driver, The Deer Hunter, Raging Bull, Untouchables, Goodfellas, Cape Fear, Heat, Casino, and A Bronx Tale. Holy shit, what a fucking run that is.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn. I mean,
Dream career.
how many Oscars has this motherfucker been nominated for? Over under 3. I'm going to take
I'll say over.
3.
I was going to say over too. I have no idea.
Heat, I think, might be one of, well, I don't think everyone will agree with me on this. Mostly women, probably. Fucking bitches. Heat, I think, is one of the best movies ever made. I love
The
Heat.
Heat is real good.
Michael Mann film. I want to do it on the podcast, but it's just, there's nothing to make fun of about it. It's so good.
You can make fun of Val Kilmer and his hair.
No, I love it. It's perfect. That movie it's Michael Mann's
dare you.
masterpiece.
That's kind of how I felt about this movie, that it was so good. Well, we'll get into it, though.
It was pretty good. There's some stuff to talk about, though. Heat's just such a serious film that you kind of enjoy. Like, there were some good, funny beats in this movie.
Yeah.
After this, he's known for Ronin, low-key one of his most underrated films he's ever made.
Ronan's really good.
Ronan's fantastic. Analyze This, Men of Honor, Meet the Parents trilogy. Analyze that. Silver Linings Playbook, The Wizard of Lies, also underrated. I mean, it's a hard movie to watch because he plays Bernie Madoff so well, and he was such a piece of shit.
Absolutely.
And most recently, Joker and The Irishman.
Yep.
The Irishman. Did you guys finish it?
I did. I watched it 2 times, and it's a great movie. I have nothing bad to say about it. I probably won't watch it again.
Confession, I started watching it for the nostalgia from Godfather 2, and I got about 3/4 of the way through and just could not. When they started doing the
final act
transposing with the
drags a
computer
little bit.
and stuff,
Yeah.
I was over it.
Yeah, there's a scene in there where he's supposed to be like, I don't know, 40 or something and beat some dude up.
He looks like
but
he's
he
75.
looks like
Yeah,
every
absolutely.
bit of his age.
Well,
like
every time he swings his arm, he looks like the poor guy's in pain.
They
Yeah.
really should have just cut that. Scorsese on the editing floor should have been like, "This looks awful. We cannot keep this
Absolutely.
in the movie."
if they should have just had a younger actor play young De
Yeah,
Niro in it, but whatever.
Of course.
Absolutely. Use that superimposing and put his face on the guy. And
Or
be
just use
done.
a stunt man. Even if it looks ridiculous, it would have looked better than it did with Robert De Niro actually his old ass kicking that guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
It was a decent movie, but the facial stuff took me out of it every time.
Unpopular opinion, probably overrated.
Agreed.
No, I would agree with
Yeah,
that.
overrated.
And it's like 4 hours long.
It's too long.
Yeah.
It's too long.
Forever.
I don't have a day to dedicate
Listen,
to a movie.
Marty Scorsese has some great films, but
Fantastic
I will watch most of them before I watch The Irishman again.
Yeah,
So,
Every time.
Marty and Quentin both have the kind. I don't want to call it a problem, but they don't think a movie's a feature film unless it's 2.5 hours.
yeah.
I think they might run into a little bit of hubris there, don't you think?
Could be. Well, and rightfully so.
I give them that.
Yeah, they're master
because I
filmmakers.
go watch every one of their films. So
All right, let's move on to net worths.
Duke Jade.
Wood grain, chestnut,
Titty
titty fuck, chestnut. Okay, we'll go in reverse order, and we'll start with Bobby De Niro.
okay, so I took notes on this because I was thinking about it, and my theory was that I had Bobby up at like $400 million. I mean, he's got to be
Okay.
worth so much money.
He's worth a lot. You're not on the wrong track.
I'll say $250 million.
$500 million.
$500 million. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
So Aaron was really close, being only a lifetime's worth of money off.
$100 million
Right.
is a lifetime.
I bet 4 or 5 lifetimes.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, man, if I make $100 million,
But you were 80. You were 80% correct. That's the fucking insane part.
Hey, you know what? These get the degrees.
Okay, Sam Jackson.
I went half of.
You know what?
De Niro.
I'll have a Sam Jackson.
You know what? I'll have one too. I'm drinking a Sam Adams, and we're drinking Screwdrivers, so we're kind of doing the whole thing.
We are.
For it,
You'll be fucking fat bitches in no time.
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Juice.
That was a good
That
one.
was a good one.
Deep Blue Sea.
They ate me. A fucking shark ate me.
Now drink. I'm gonna say. Another quick shout out though, real quick. Do you remember the Tom Green show on MTV back in the day?
Wait, yeah, a
Absolutely.
little bit.
I remember one time Samuel L. Jackson was a guest on there, and he was promoting some movie or something, but he was like, "It ain't a Samuel L. Jackson movie if I don't say motherfucker in it."
And he just said that on the.
Well, they bleeped
Oh,
it on
good.
MTV,
Of course.
but yeah, it's so ever since in every movie I watch of his, I look for him to say motherfucker. So Jurassic Park, he doesn't say it. That's not a Samuel
What's
L.
his
Jackson
PG-13?
movie.
Yeah, but that
that's
he
a
has
Spielberg movie.
a small role in that film.
Yeah, but anyway, I'll guess 150 million.
Oh, I had 200 million. I went half of De Niro.
220.
220.
220.
Hey, you're
That's
doing good at
respectable. So go back to De Niro. Wouldn't say he's overvalued.
No, sir.
this. No.
No, sir.
Sam Jackson
He's
would
been
not say
doing
he's
it for,
overvalued either.
Yeah, no.
I would dare to say he's undervalued. Anything that I've seen Samuel L. Jackson and I've enjoyed. I really liked The Kingsman. His character
Yep.
was bizarre. As
I
all
didn't
get out.
mention
Yeah,
that
he
one.
was so
But
weird
I
in that.
really
yeah.
enjoyed his
He was in the
character.
second one, wasn't he?
Did you say Black Snake Moan too?
Black
I
Snake Moan.
didn't.
I like that movie
Such
a lot
weird,
too.
Great movie.
I like
Yeah.
it because, Christina Ricci takes off her blouse, but you don't really see her titties. No, you actually do see her titties.
You totally see them titties. Both him and De Niro, national treasures. I'm throwing it out there.
Agreed.
Hashtag
I've been giving that
Nicolas
out to a lot
Cage.
of people, but yeah, they're Nicolas Cages.
National treasures.
Yeah.
Sorry, Aaron, we keep jumping, interrupting you. Please.
No, that was fantastic. They are by all means. Nicolas Cage's. I would not have made that jump.
Yeah, we did. We did
It's
too.
almost an insult to call someone a Nicolas Cage after his prime. He kind of went off the deep end.
Well, hey, Nick Cage is an Oscar, man. He's got a Best Actor Oscar.
Oh, no. The man is talented. I've enjoyed him in a lot of things, but he's also made a lot of things that are not exactly.
I also think he's
two
having a
thumbs up.
career renaissance right now. He's really coming back in a big way, man. He's had some pretty good movies. By good, I mean fun.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you a recent Nick
I'm
Cage
waiting for the
movie.
list. I'm excited to hear your justification.
I'd have to go to his IMDb, but I know I've seen some.
That movie where he's like a Navy fucking colonel or some shit right now.
No,
Like,
not the submarine.
Battleship
Yeah,
Down
no, not
or
that one.
something like
that was
that.
stupid. It was USS something.
Yeah, USS Battleship Down.
Okay, so Robert Forster. Rest in power.
I actually, Keenan called this a few times in a couple episodes back. I like the range for him, like 5 to 10 million there.
Okay.
He had a lot of credits, right? I mean, like
a ton.
I'll say 20 million.
3 million. He's very undervalued.
Yeah.
Very undervalued.
3 million.
Yeah, he had this movie is credited to really restarting his career because he didn't have an agent. His agent dropped. He didn't have an agent when Quentin was offering him this film, and Quentin was like, "No, you don't have a choice. You're taking it." And he's like, "Yeah, I don't have any jobs. You don't have to convince me, Quentin. I'm happy to do it."
Sell me on it, dude.
Because a lot of people wanted this part, and Quentin wrote it with Robert Forster in mind.
I think that's one of Tarantino's strongest. I think that's one of his best suits is that he is able. He writes a great script. He does a lot of really, really excellent things.
He doesn't direct anything he doesn't write.
But his casting, his ability to go out and find the character for the casting, I think it's his best trait.
Yeah, he's kind of anti-Scorsese in that because Scorsese heavily relies on Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro
Agreed.
for most of his movies, which solid play. No, that's
Absolutely.
a
Well,
good
and it's
strategy.
funny because Tarantino is now using Leonardo
Leo,
DiCaprio.
all right.
Yeah.
Leo,
Leo, I mean,
he
yeah.
might go down as one of the greatest. I mean, he will,
Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
I'm talking like top 5 all time.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you on it.
And don't get me wrong, he's done some bad movies, like The Aviator.
I never saw that.
I liked The Aviator only
So
because
long
that
and
guy.
boring.
Oh, it was so long.
Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes is an interesting guy.
Yeah, no, he is.
I never saw J.
It was-
Hoover Hoover or whatever. The
Also-
fuck
also-
either.
Not
Kind
a
of a
good one.
timepiece, so Rob was Raging Rob.
Yeah.
Or Carrot Rob, whatever we're doing this week. I don't know.
No, it's Raging Rob.
Raging Rob. Okay, it was Raging Rob.
It's always Raging Rob.
Raging Rob. Oh, wait, hold on.
Here to stay.
Now that we're on this, should I remember what I was messaging you about 2 nights ago?
Bring it.
Sure. All right. Keenan, I haven't told you this yet. So
right.
Rob went on a date.
Oh,
On Thursday.
Hey, while you're telling this story, Aaron, could you make me give me a little note? All right.
If you're
Let's hear what's happening.
while you're there.
If I'm going to bartend, you guys might as well bring the glasses out.
So Keenan, I was on a date with this girl. I won't name her because that's probably not a nice thing to do. And
We'll call her Pam, like Pam Grier.
that's fine. Yeah, that's
You know?
that's in good spirits with the film.
Or Jackie Brown.
And
Anyway.
it was there was
Possibly Cleopatra, even better.
we met on the I believe it was the Tinder.
The Tinders.
The Tinders loves, and she immediately was like, "Hey, I don't like to talk on this thing. Here's my Snapchat. Do it there." And that was the first red flag. So I'm like, I'm a 31-year-old man. What I don't know how to Snapchat, but I do have one, so I did it.
I mean,
and she was 25, and so we talk on that. We scheduled like, "Hey, come meet me here," and I was like, "Cool, let's do it Thursday." And she's like, "Okay, that's great. I live out in Olathe." I'm like, "Cool. I'm 40 minutes east of there in Lake Lotawana. How about we meet somewhere in between and, just so it's easier for everyone?" She's like, "Well, I have class early tomorrow, so if you could come out here, that'd be great." I'm like,
Ooh.
"Well, I have a job, so I have to work tomorrow too, but yeah, sure." So I was like, fuck it, man. All right.
Raging Rob is building up.
Well, it's just, what, I mean, just, that's, what a fucking... It's what the fuck? Like,
Anyway, keep going.
I don't
Before
have a
you start
job?
raging. Before you start raging, I
All
want to
right.
hear the end of the story.
All right. And anyways, yeah, she's got class. I don't have anything to do.
You can skip class, bitch.
So
Johnson County Community College bullshit you got.
I drive 40 minutes out to meet her at this bar in Olathe, and it was cool. We had a really nice time. She's definitely
Decent bar?
yeah, it was fine. It's called The Other Place, and it was cool.
I feel like I've heard about that.
And
But anyway.
we probably sit, talk, and drink for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We have this kind of nice rapport going, this vibe. And
Are you guys eating dinner too, or are you just having cocktails?
I had some. She had some fries. She wasn't that hungry, and I hadn't eaten, so I wanted. But anyway, so we
Not
get
that
through the
that
night.
matters
The
in
night's
any
good.
way.
And oh, by the way, I also mentioned I picked her up. She's like, "Hey, by the way, I don't want to drive. Can you pick me up?" I'm like, "Sure, fine."
And Raging Rob is
So
back again.
This is getting to be really high maintenance. All for a date?
No. It gets way
A
weirder.
first date.
So
too.
we go on the date. Everything's great. We vibed really well, and then so we're walking out of the bar to my car, and I walk past just the tail end of my car where all the bumper stickers are, and she stops and she's just like waiting there, and she's staring at the back of my car, and I'm thinking, what, my bumper stickers? What's she looking at? And then she goes, "Yo."
The Kobe bumper stickers all over his car.
And then she goes, "Oh, well, you know you're opening my door, right?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, totally." And like, "No, you got it." I was just fucking around with her. I thought we were joking around. And she doesn't say anything. And then she goes, gets in her own car, or opens the door herself, gets in the car. I drive her home. It's like a 5-minute drive. And then she's about to leave. And I was like, "Oh, it was nice meeting you." And I was like, "Hey, I thought it went well. Is it cool if I kiss you goodnight?" And she's like, "Nope, thanks." And then just got out. And I was like, "Wow, did not see that coming at all. I thought this was going great." And then I sent her a message on Snap, and I was just like, "Hey, sorry for misreading the situation. I'm just not sure what happened." She's like, "Do you remember what you said to me by your car?" I'm like, "Yeah, it happened 5 fucking minutes ago. I remember. I thought we were joking around." And she literally was like, her response was, "I have a lot of dating opportunities, so this is how I weed people out." I was like, "Wow.
All right.
Good luck with your fucking opportunities. Sorry that I'm the fucking asshole. I'm not a gentleman because I drove 40 minutes out when you wanted me to, picked you up, paid for everything, brought you back, and I didn't fucking open your door, and I'm the asshole?"
Oh man, Raging Rob is kind of making sense, you know.
Yeah, no,
So,
I back Raging
Am
Rob.
I?
Yeah, thank you.
Am I? Don't get me wrong. I want to make this perfectly clear. She didn't owe me anything. That's not what I expected.
No.
But her reasoning, I didn't like. Hey, if she just wasn't feeling it, that'd be one thing. But she was just like, "Well, you didn't open my door."
No, decency is something that I think you could argue you were owed.
Wait,
Human decency.
Is this 1925? Fucking chivalry's. What the fuck?
Well, here's to play devil's advocate here. Yeah, is chivalry dead? I don't really give a shit about that. Whatever. But
I was pretty fucking chivalrous, bro.
At least she didn't play some fucking bullshit games, though. And she just, I mean, it's crazy in my mind that she would say that, but at least she just came out and was like, "You know what? I'm fucking crazy, and you didn't open the door, and that's going to be a deal breaker."
I do appreciate
Thank you for saving me the time.
I do appreciate that she had me peek behind the curtain before I had a second date, because that would, Jesus Christ.
What if you would have opened the door for you? You go home, you probably have some sex. Some chicken, maybe some sex.
See, here's the thing. I was getting those vibes.
Yeah,
a little
it
bit.
was feeling good.
But I didn't want to be like, "Hey, we're gonna fuck, right?" No, I was just like, "Oh," I was like, "Hey, is it cool if I kiss you goodnight? I don't want to be,
yeah, I don't want to
step
assume.
over too many boundaries." But then I'm glad I fucking. I mean, not that I wouldn't have, but she's like, nope, thanks.
I wonder if Rob still had his Trump sticker on his car, and that's why she dipped. I think.
No, it's one of my. It's one of my non-negotiables. I just let them know up front. I'm like, hey, do you support Trump? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, we can keep talking.
Any functioning adult, 2020.
Yeah.
I love your sign.
Well,
man.
everyone, there's so many Trump signs up here. I just feel like I got to get on the game. Okay, so where were we? Sorry, that side
net worth and stuff. I think we just did Robert Forster.
Robert Forster.
We did.
Okay.
So
And
we
was
still have
undervalued.
Pam Grier to do.
All right, Pamela Greer.
Good Raging Rob though.
Yeah, that was like a
Raging
5-minute rant. Sorry, guys.
Raging Rob rant is done. I'll go 25 million.
No, I'm going to stick at 5 to 10 million range.
10 million.
There you go.
Nice.
I'll say underrated. Well, I don't know.
Undervalued? Yeah, no,
She's
I'm
in
fine with
so
that.
much, but I'm wondering if
She's
it's got to
Foxy
do
Brown,
with,
man.
Well, but a lot of her stuff was in the blaxploitation. I can't say it.
Blaxploitation, yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to mess that up. How much were they really paying?
Not a lot, I don't
So
imagine.
I think that's why. I mean,
Low
had they
budget
been-
70s movies. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I watched the advertisement for Foxy Brown.
Hey, Aaron, is this one mine, bro?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And hey, Aaron, Jesus. I watched the you killed me, dude.
The trailer
I'm
for
sorry.
Trailer
Foxy
for
Brown.
Foxy Brown.
Yeah.
Thank you, Keenan. And it made me really excited for the synopsis for this because I don't know if you have watched that trailer.
I have not.
It is quintessential, like synopsis voice, but he rhymes everything, and it's
Yeah, it's
super
the best.
That's fun.
Wait, no, wait till I get to the taglines. It's
It's
there.
fantastic.
Like Dolomite was one of those movies too. Dolomite is my name, and fuck it up, motherfuckers, is my game.
I really liked Black Dynamite.
Yeah, it was great.
For a modern blaxploitation movie.
Yeah, it was funny.
Blaxploitation.
Did you watch the Eddie Murphy movie, the Dolomite movie?
No, I need to.
It's really
I
good.
need to.
It's really good.
Okay.
Okay, no, so moving on to Specs and Deets.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. Specs and Deets. Budget on this film was $12 million. Which I was surprised. That's with all the actors they had, $12 million.
That's not a big.
Yeah, that's
their
Sam
cast was
Jackson,
nuts.
De Niro, Greer,
Yeah.
fucking Keaton.
Yep.
Licensing a lot of music, but I guess from the 70s and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it opened up at $9.2 million, and it globally grossed $39.6 million. So, I mean, I don't think there's ever been a Quentin Tarantino movie that wasn't wildly successful financially.
I imagine this was before he would have got any sort of Tarantino bump, though.
Yeah.
Like people going
His
just
name
to
wouldn't
see
have bumped it.
Quentin Tarantino.
Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction?
I guess this was following up Pulp Fiction, but I'd say by the time you get to like Inglourious Bastards and shit,
Oh.
people are going just to see it.
They
Oh,
hear
yeah.
Tarantino,
because it's
and they're like, I don't
Quentin
care.
Tarantino,
I'll see it.
Runtime on this film was 154 minutes, so 2.5 hours, a little more. It's Tarantino, you expect it. Plot keywords. Number 1, we have flight attendant. Number 2, we have bail bondsman. Number 3, we have character name as title. 4, bikini girl, which I Bridget Fonda.
Sure.
And we round out number 5 with interracial kiss, which did happen.
It did, yep. I was hoping
What
Max
asshole
Cherry
is
was just
going
going
on to IMDb like interracial kiss.
Bro, it's the internet. Only assholes are doing this.
I was really hoping they were just going to bang it out in the Cherry office, you know.
Yeah, I had an opinion on that. I actually expected him to, but if you notice, every character in this movie, like it, I think one of the reasons it's one of the lesser talked about Tarantino films is that it doesn't have the standard Tarantino-esque, ultra huge characters. You know, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them
Or
are
violence,
smart.
really.
You don't think Ordell's an ultra huge character?
No, I honestly think Ordell is the biggest character, but he is also the most realistic bad guy.
So
or
you think his
antagonist.
characters are more exaggerated normally?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're more exaggerated. And in a normal Tarantino film, sorry guys.
Oh, you're good.
In a normal Tarantino film, they absolutely would have banged. It would have been a violent bang and crazy. In this one, I think he purposefully strung you along with the tension through the entire fucking movie.
You know what, Aaron, you're
Yeah,
right.
he
Because
does a good job with that.
I would
It
argue
was amazing.
Max Cherry's quite a reserved character.
He's incredibly reserved. He honestly didn't fit the rest of the cast because of how
Nominated for an Oscar for this movie.
And that's why he's so good in it. Like, he seems like that just typical, like, grandpa type dude. He's like an old
Super-
fogey type guy.
Definitely rocking
conservative,
the high tight
suburbanite.
pants,
Yeah.
the high waisted.
I'm pretty damn certain he had something in his belly button holding those things up. They were so damn high.
Finding out about the Delphonics, you know, like 20, 30 years after they had been,
I
you
knew
know.
you liked the Delphonics.
Oh, all right. This music is hip.
I've never heard this one, but it's pretty catchy. It's like, dude, it's been around for 30 years.
I'm going to go buy it on What, cassette tape? I couldn't even know. I didn't even know how to make fun of it.
Well, it's
Yeah,
like-
cassette tape.
Cassettes.
Normally, I'm not into the hard stuff, but this is kind of catchy.
Not into the hard stuff.
Okay, taglines. There were two. One was very abrupt and short. The other one was wildly long. The first one is, be prepared.
That's it.
That's it.
Be prepared.
Big
Playing off of the Lion King, you know.
Big stinker there.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
dude.
Okay, so, Keenan, sorry if I'm stepping on your synopsis with this next one.
Just take it.
All right, in all caps. Look out! Caught between the feds and a cold-blooded killer with $500,000 up for grabs. No one knows what's going down except for maybe Jackie Brown.
I mean, it's pretty similar. It's definitely pretty
Can you
similar.
imagine the size of the poster to fit that tagline?
Yeah.
It had to be a fucking billboard.
It's a tag paragraph.
It is.
But that is what happens in the movie. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just normally taglines are supposed to be pretty like a line.
Yeah.
It's not the whole movie.
Not a synopsis.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
No one knows what's going down except for maybe Jackie Brown.
Wish I would have thought of that.
Well, you know.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, you know.
Because I do in mind with Jackie Brown. With Jackie Brown. I mean, spoiler alert, but
Oh, hey now. It's all right. So, perfect segue. Let's hear your synopsis, Cannabis Keenan.
all right. All right, here we go. Pam Grier stars as the titular character. Titular. I just threw that one in there. Jackie Brown.
I almost did it.
And Tarantino's third film. God damn it. Here we go. Jackie finds herself in trouble with the police and Ordell Roby, played brilliantly by Samuel L. Jackson, after she gets caught smuggling in $50,000 and a bag of Colombian Bam Bam. Aided by the unwitting bail bondsman Max Cherry, Jackie devises a plan to screw over both the cops and Ordell and take all of Ordell's money for herself. Moral of the story is, don't fuck with Jackie Brown.
Thunderous applause. Thunderous applause. That was fantastic.
Fucking A, man.
Talked about them pitting against between the thing. I did a longer-winded version of the tagline that
Yeah,
you read.
It was
But there you go.
very well done.
There you go.
Yeah, it was good. All right, so whoosh. Now it's time for the Real Buzz Rundown. Aaron, you are our guest, so we will start with you. Tell us your thoughts on this film, and we'll, you just go for it. Go gadget. Real Buzz Rundown.
Go Power Rangers.
I call dibs on being Red Ranger.
That's fine. I'll be
Or
a
you could
White
be-
Ranger,
you're gonna be
Green
white?
Ranger. Tommy, he was white and green.
Did you call it red, Aaron?
I did.
Okay,
I'm
no,
Jason.
I'm gonna go with Mastodon.
Is that the blue one?
Are you afraid
No,
of
black.
the black
Black
guy?
one.
I can't remember his name. I feel bad.
I know I do too, so call Mastodon.
Yeah.
Zach.
Zach, that's
It
right.
was Zach.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so first things first, the soundtrack to this movie. Rob, I think you should start singing the song again.
Across 110th Street.
It's perfect.
Such a good song.
Very good.
Have you guys seen The Graduate?
With Dustin Hoffman.
Yes, sir.
Not for a very long time.
Mrs. Brown, Mrs. Robinson, are you
Yeah.
seducing me?
Yeah.
The opening for Jackie Brown and The Graduate are almost identical.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the opening. That's my first thing. I love the opening.
the opening
to
is
this
fantastic.
movie.
I love it. Yeah. But yeah, that
Where she's
shot-
going through the airport. And,
Yes,
yeah.
that shot where she's kind of going along the. It's not a conveyor belt, but the moving walkway.
Yeah, the moving one.
And
yeah.
you're all you're getting is a profile shot. They did that on Dustin Hoffman. Same thing. I thought it was really interesting. It also,
Interesting.
to me, made me laugh about the connection between the two characters. I don't know.
Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson.
That's
Yeah, and I like that at the end of that with her running through, because it starts with a profile, but then it shows her like kind of freaking out. You see a little
Yeah.
bit of her face, like she's going to be late, and then it comes back around way later in the movie when she's
Absolutely.
running out of the thing, and it's a direct shot on her face. Like she's running out of the dressing room, and she's panicking and stuff.
Yeah, I had problems with that. I think
Agreed.
Pam Grier's a great actor. She was not doing great acting in that scene where she's like freaking out trying to look for Michael Keaton, and she's making
didn't mind it.
those faces like.
I actually touch on that because it's a quintessential Tarantino shot. The 360
Yeah.
spinning around. I got dizzy as shit.
It just lingered a little too long, and
Way too long.
you could tell that she was like, I can't act like this for this long.
But maybe she's trying
I've
to
made the
act
face. Damn it.
like somebody who's trying to act like she's being,
I don't think so.
Meta.
yeah, she's super meta with it.
I did stop. I told you guys off mic that I was having trouble focusing on this film. Mm-hmm. And my first note is, Jesus, we're old. Is this the 70s? Is this a timepiece? Doesn't Rob hate period pieces? And in all caps, it just says Rage and Rob activate.
Period pieces, like
I know, older ones.
Old timey period pieces. I can do 60s and
Renaissance.
70s.
Renaissance is
Fuck
where
that.
you're out,
No,
right?
if the television wasn't invented, I'm not going to enjoy it.
That's
All
fair.
right.
All right.
I can respect that.
If there's not a scene of them watching the TV at some point in the
Yep,
movie,
I'm
fuck
out.
that movie.
Fuck that
I am out.
movie. I got a lot of this is quotes. I kind of pulled a Calvin, and I really enjoyed the lines of this one.
Oh, yeah.
He has some great dialogue.
Great dialogue.
Great dialogue.
That's
It's a
Tarantino
hangout
always
movie.
does. Yeah.
It's a hangout movie. You know, I jumped down to. I love the chicks who love guns.
Yeah.
I will subscribe.
I really enjoyed the Chicks Who Love Guns video.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Marissa, and this is my AK-47.
And it's as American as it gets, especially for Cindy, who's in the American flag bikini and all
Yeah.
that shit. man.
Absolutely.
They actually advertise this gun as the #1 guns criminals use.
The Mac 10 or whatever they were
Yeah.
calling it. No, it was great. I will tell you, I don't know if it was a Tarantino choice or a Samuel L. Jackson choice, but Samuel L. Jackson's hair and facial hair in this movie
Are gross.
fucking on point. You're wrong. And I'm going to grow out my beard and shave the rest of it and braid my beard.
Do your soul patch, like just have that go down,
Absolutely.
so you can like swipe around it like
Yeah,
this.
that was the dirtiest thing I've ever seen. It was fantastic.
Honestly, he looked a lot more frightening when his ponytail like was out.
Did you see when he braided it, though?
Yeah.
At one scene, he like had taken it out and braided it. I don't know. He looked to me kind of like one of the
Do you think that
the
was
Williams sisters.
That could have been
playing
his
tennis.
real hair.
I'm betting 9 times out of 10 that's a wig.
I would think.
It's got to be a piece.
I
There's
would.
no
I
way.
would think because it would take him years to grow out.
Years.
Yeah.
And you got to straighten it. No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but when it's out of the ponytail, I think that's when he looks the most intimidating.
I agree. That's what I was saying.
Absolutely. He also
agree.
kind of reminded me of never mind. Pass it. I was going to say the Hey Ya song.
Andre 3000.
The 3000. Thank you.
Andre 3K.
Yeah. Chicks Who Love Guns. Great piece. Shaving my beard like Samuel L. Jackson's. Robert De Niro is a badass.
Not really. I kind of disagree. I think his character is kind of a washed up criminal. It's not really.
I think it's more of a comment on Robert De Niro himself, not his character. Because, again, at this point, he had literally just popped up. And for some reason, I wrote down Robert De Niro is a badass, but that is not how I take my whiskey.
Just straight?
Yeah,
Or with
typically.
feet on it?
Oh, that's right. Yes, the feet. Thank you. Well, again, Tarantino.
Yeah,
right?
foot
The
shot
dude's
right
got
away.
A foot fetish. I don't know
Oh,
what it is.
it was gross.
The man loves his feet.
I'm sure Bridget Fonda's feet look really good in person, but any foot that close up shot.
Oh, I'm moving my glass of whiskey too. Like
Yeah,
her little
no, that's
pinky
what I'm
toe
saying,
touches
yeah.
the rim of the glass. Like,
She's
oh,
like
fuck
taking
that.
off her pinky toe ring in my whiskey. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's like,
I'm good.
dude, I don't know where those fucking dick beaters have been.
Yeah, dick beaters. Is that what you call feet?
Some people like foot jobs.
What in the hell are you doing?
I don't know. Some people like foot jobs, guys.
Okay.
I don't know about the dick beaters. Oh man, my dick beaters are really barking today.
God damn it.
While you're talking about De Niro, I did write down too. Like I remember the first time I saw this, being very disappointed with De Niro, like kind of let down. But the more that I've seen it, kind of like I was just saying with Pam Grier, maybe she's acting bad when she's trying to act like somebody that's acting freaked out. Maybe she's not doing that, but I think De Niro just does a really good job of kind of being like a
Reserved. He's very
scumbag
reserved,
piece
yeah.
of shit,
Absolutely.
like quiet guy.
He can put off the air of like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Well, he
I think
kinda-
it's good acting.
He comes off as
Absolutely.
Sam Jackson's lackey in this movie.
yeah,
Didn't De Niro get nominated for this one?
I don't know that he did.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think that
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure. When I'm done with my piece, I'm going to Google that. for
It's
you
a
guys.
it's just normally De Niro's the badass of the movie, and this
Exactly.
time he's just like you said, a lackey of Samuel L. Jackson. So a weird thing for him to be, but
One of you
I
guys,
like it.
One of you guys can help me out. Again, another quote of "accept no substitutes."
Oh yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson's talking. I think it's about the Mac 10.
No. He's talking about the AK-47.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
when you absolutely got to kill every motherfucker in the room, except no substitutes. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Fucking A, man.
this is one of my favorite Sam Jackson movies.
Oh,
I'll
I
just
say that.
right here.
It's my
too.
favorite Sam Jackson performance.
Pulp Fiction might be more. I don't
Yeah.
know, but there's
Tough.
more of him in this movie, so I'll give it to this.
You could argue this
Agreed.
is a Sam Jackson movie too.
Yeah.
as much as the
this
Pam
is a
Grier
Sam-
movie.
Yeah.
I would have pushed for Samuel L. Jackson because, one, I think he was hotter at the moment. Two,
Oh, he absolutely was. Yeah.
two, I just look at screen time. He dominates the film. It's his character that drives the plot. It's his character.
The first 50 minutes of the movie is
It's
him.
longer than that. I wrote it down. She comes in, you see her at the beginning of the movie in the intro, and
Yeah.
then it's 27 minutes before you see her again. And I wrote down, I was like, you almost forget that this is called
Jackie
Jackie
Brown.
Brown,
Yeah.
by the time you see her again.
Should be called Ordell Robbie.
Yeah.
Roby.
Roby.
dude. Watch
Should
it.
be called Robbie, I guess. Yeah.
Robidoux.
We'll get into that.
That's 2 notes down. It says
We're about to get into that.
yes. I got to tell you guys, this 1 million. He keeps talking about his retirement fund being 1 million.
It was 20 years. It was like 20.
I thought it was like 2002.
No. Well, okay, so the movie came out in 97.
Okay.
The movie takes place in 95.
Okay.
$1 million still isn't.
I don't know the inflation rates. I'm not.
He also
smart
is
enough
going to
do that,
Mexico too. $1 million goes a lot further in Mexico.
but- Okay.
And maybe
Well, that's what I missed then.
He says retirement fund. I was going to say maybe he's going to go down to Mexico and keep working, but I would think if I'm a criminal that's getting money in, I'll save up $2 million, $3 million, maybe. You know,
At least.
$5 million, $10 million.
Dude,
yeah.
you can't buy a house in San Francisco for less than $1 million.
Hell no.
Probably not even in 1995 too.
Max Cherry. I've already said it. I will repeat it because it bears repeating. Great name.
Almost a good porn star name.
All right.
Max Cherry, yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Max is the cherry out
Yeah,
there.
Maximum Cherry.
He's gonna.
It could be a good porn film name.
Title of your porn.
Oh, maximum. Yeah.
Not an actor, but you give it Maximum Cherry.
Rob, you were forever Roby. That is literally, it says Robbie, .. Roby.
Just call me Robe.
Forever Rob is Roby.
Robbie. I was like, damn, I've been
That's
calling
so
him
close.
the wrong name the entire. Because when I type Robbie, I spell it that way.
Roby is Roby. Robbie is Robbie.
Well, not according to Tarantino. You know what I'm saying?
I guess I can't question the Tinos.
Maybe Robbie is Robby, like Bobby.
No, douchebags spell it like that.
I'm gonna start doing that. Anyway,
Okay. Again, you guys, I think the cast on this was phenomenal. I've already said Tarantino
Solid casting.
He does such a good job of finding casting.
Funny story, casting director's name was Jackie Brown.
I did not know that.
It's true.
Thank you, sir. The cast is nuts. I loved Samuel L. Jackson's performance in this. I thought he did fantastic. He dialed it back while still being the quintessential Samuel L. Jackson character. You know, a little larger than life, but really still very realistic and believable. But I got distracted by the damn ponytail spearmint glued to his fucking chin.
Yeah.
It was so tightly glued that when it talked, it I don't know. It was distracting.
He also never wore anything that wasn't Kenga in the movie.
Kangol, yeah.
I don't know how much Kenga paid I don't know how much money they added to this movie's budget, but he was wearing
Jackie
a Kanga
Brown's in it
shirt.
too, dude.
I think it is Kangol.
Is it
It's
Kangol?
Kangol.
Okay,
G-O-L.
Kangol. Okay.
Optima, bro.
Optima. Kanga, brah.
Yeah, he is wearing all that Kangol stuff, which was big back in those days. I feel
Absolutely.
Like.
Do you guys watch these with closed captions on?
Yes.
Okay. So I was watching with closed captions on because the family was asleep, and of course I don't want to blare them and wake them up with all the N-words.
Of course.
And
Nothing is worse than waking up a toddler with the N-word.
that's good public service announcement by DJ Rob.
Yeah.
All right. The closed captions, I don't know if you guys noticed, at least on mine, they couldn't keep up with Samuel L. Jackson swearing.
No.
He dropped so many swears in one sentence, they actually just started glazing over them.
Just skipping some of
I'm
them.
not, I'm not
fuck it.
typing motherfucker a fifth time in this sentence, okay?
God damn it.
I own this movie, so I didn't watch it on Amazon, but and the closed captionings might have been a little bit better, but
All I know is that on Amazon,
when it's their job to
right,
do it
to
for the
nail
movie,
it.
yeah.
Guys, I got really confused. I could not figure out if this was supposed to be in 97 or if this was a 70s trope. Again,
It's supposed to be 95.
okay, see, I definitely was looking at everything and I was listening to the
Well, because
music. And I was just-
they wouldn't have had like VCRs playing those tapes back in the 70s, like when they were watching the ladies with the machine guns.
But I
I'm
think
telling
it
you
was
that-
it was supposed to be stylized like it was from the 70s.
It's definitely
That's
no.
what
I
was
understand.
getting
It's
me.
paying homage to blaxploitation vibe and like that 70s
Right.
Foxy Brown type stuff.
Right. And I mean, we all know Tarantino loves to go out and hire like those big stars from the 80s and bring those guys back, kind of like a stunt casting, but he stunt casts his whole fucking
Yeah,
movie.
much like he did with what's his name? The late Luke, who's a 90210, who is in Once Upon a Time in
Luke
Hollywood.
Perry.
Luke Perry, yes.
Well, and he did it when he casted Travolta. His career was down, and then he casted him in Pulp Fiction, kind of revived his career a little bit.
Absolutely.
I would say kind of, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he
Absolutely.
absolutely revived it.
That's one of his most iconic roles.
Through
Vincent
Don
Vega.
Johnson in fucking Django,
Django.
and now you see Don
And
Johnson all
was,
over the
he
place
was,
now.
Don
good.
Johnson was fantastic in
Yeah,
Django.
So good.
Yeah,
So I was trying to capture all the Tarantino moments, and I loved the gigantic crane shot. They would have done it with a drone nowadays, but they had to get a huge fucking crane when Samuel L. Jackson takes out Chris Rock into the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and then does a lap
Chris
around
Tucker.
Chris Tucker. Thank you. My apologies, Mr. Tucker. He does the lap, and we just follow him. It's
You see the whole thing.
We watch him.
And you hear the music.
It's a great
The
shot.
music's loud,
Fade
and
in
as
and
the
out.
car goes
Yeah.
away,
Yes.
it gets I wrote that down too. Like that is a good Tarantino shot. Like the cinematography for that shot right there is brilliant.
It gives you the long one shot from way far out, and it keeps it realistic. But it allows him to do the quintessential Tarantino shot of the trunk shot. Right?
Yeah. And he
Always do a
opens
trunk
the
shot.
Hey, motherfucker, how up? Bop, bop.
Talk about doing a favor for a motherfucker.
I don't want to be a that asks, does a favor and then asks him for a favor, but
Yeah. Well, it's weird because so maybe hear me out, and I might cut this out because this might be a little racy. Could we figure out like a way for like white people to use an alternative word? Like it's like say before rapping and there's an N word in the song. Is there another word we could use that's not the N word but that we could replace it with? So like if we're trying to quote something that says the N word,
honky?
we can.
Yeah, just replace it with cracker.
Cracker.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll do that. That's fine. Yeah. So let's do that.
go.
Let's use a Caucasian racial epithet in place of.
Thank you.
That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then everybody knows what you're still doing. So at that point, it's like.
But you're not saying it though, and it's also like you're quoting something. So I'm not sitting here telling you this is a great idea. Okay, I'm not professing that.
Real Buzz Takes tackles racism.
I'm no, dude.
If you guys figure it out, let us know.
Keenan, racism ended when Crash won Oscar for Best Picture back in 2005.
Ludacris was in that movie. Man.
Yeah. I'm kidding.
Trigger warning.
Did anybody else? Because we all know that Tarantino loves a good dance scene. I felt really fucking uncomfortable.
Yes, and every
So
time I see
uncomfortable.
this movie, I feel, baby love,
The
my
Supremes
baby
were
love.
so beautiful in there, and yet it was just there were so many women in this movie who were beautiful women, stereotypical beautiful women, and that woman was not one of them.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Are you talking about Simone?
Simone.
thank
I'm
you.
just over at Simone's, but I done already caught that show.
I have questions.
No, I already
Is
got that
Simone a whore, or does she just like to dance for men? Like
I would say she's an escort, sir.
a whore?
He's not a whore.
sex worker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she does some stuff like that, and I do think that she, would be attractive to certain guys. I
To
guess
a
I
guy
don't know.
who's been in jail
Yeah,
for
the guy
several
who
years.
just got out of prison.
But
Yeah.
part of what makes me uncomfortable about that scene too is she's doing it. He's got the phone
He's
call, and
just
she's
rocking.
like, and then she's like, "I'm sorry, baby, I gotta go take a pee real quick." And I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, it's weird
Like,
because De Niro's just like rocking and
My,
like, and,
my
like,
note
tapping
says,
his knee.
is he supposed to be enjoying this dance?
Yeah.
Because he sure as fuck isn't.
I don't know. And then at one point he says, "I don't know. She's done a lot of them for me. I don't know the names
I
of
don't
them
know
all."
the
So
names.
he's
Yeah.
probably just been there awkwardly sitting there drinking beers for just 2 hours.
Simone's like, "You want me to do another one, baby?" He's like, "No."
And think about his day. So he's sitting there hanging out with Ordell and Melanie or whatever, drinking whiskey, and then he's like, I got high a bit. Now I'm gonna
Toe
go
jam whiskey.
Now I'm gonna go watch.
Hold on.
fucking
So
Simone.
speaking of Bridget Fonda,
You see the moon balloons on that chick?
All
She was
right.
pretty.
She never actually pulled her titties out though. She almost does, but you don't really get to see it.
she just takes her blouse off, but you don't really see her titties.
Nah.
Her blouse is off for 90% of the
She
movie.
doesn't have a. Yeah, you see her butt.
She has a tank
one.
top on or whatever whenever
Sorry?
they're going
It's a
to
good
the
butt.
thing.
It's a great butt.
Great.
I don't have a drop that describes a good butt though. So, anyways, please continue.
Ray Nicolette, I really love the naming they did in this movie. I got hung up. Did anybody else get hung up on the 16,000 plus benefits? Like, dropping the mic. Like, yeah, fuck you.
Oh, when he's like, "What do you make? 13,000?" She's like, "I make 16,000."
16,000 plus benefits.
So that's not a livable wage.
Fuck no.
And even at 95, that's not a livable wage. That's way below the
What
poverty
city
line.
are they supposed to be in?
L.A.
Yeah.
Well, when I
Ain't
was in
nobody living in
college-
LA on 16,000.
Well, they are just not in a house or a domicile of any kind.
I think when I was in college, the poverty line was 14,000, and that was like 10 years ago. So this would have been like 15 years before that. So
Okay.
Still sounds like so little.
So what? The poverty line
still,
is
I mean-
$5,000 a year.
do you think that 14,000 is a good poverty line? Not at all. You can't
no.
fucking live on
Fuck no.
$14,000 a year.
My next note was simply, this could not be made this way again. Like if Tarantino came out and was like, I want to make this film, and this is what it's going to be. I really felt like there was a few times where I was like, shit, I don't know. It just,
Well, I mean, the Hateful Eight. I just watched that again,
Yeah,
and he's.
you're right.
It's,
I kind of disagree, Aaron. He keeps making this movie. I mean,
okay.
Django Unchained, he
Absolutely.
really pushed boundaries. Hateful Eight, I don't think he pushed as many boundaries in that regard, but
Okay.
There's still a lot of N words in the Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Having just watched it.
Again, I think so. It's kind of like Samuel Jackson to the N-word is like South Park is to not being canceled. South Park has done the craziest shit for so long that when they do it, everyone's like, "Oh, that's South Park. That's what they do."
Right.
Samuel Jackson's been
expected.
dropping. This has been part of his acting style in regards to Tarantino, especially for so long. Everyone's like, "No, that's just what he does."
Which is a great way to say.
He's like grandfathered in.
Oh, absolutely. How many times has Samuel L. Jackson worked with Tarantino? Is that? I don't want to step on toes.
No. It's not stepping on anything. It's I think 4 movies.
Is that it?
So they say Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think Tarantino considered that's his 9th film.
Yeah,
and I think he's got a small narration part.
He does.
He's got a small narration part in Kill Bill for sure.
He does.
Absolutely.
Then you got to figure Pulp Fiction, so Kill Bill and Django. So yeah, at least 4.
And I wasn't
It
counting.
feels
the
like so
narration
much more
ones.
than that, though.
Yeah, I mean he's
Maybe it's because each time they get together, it's a fantastic
Yeah, it's
film.
just great shit.
Yeah, exactly. But like it feels like more to me.
Well, you want to hear a funny story about Jules?
I agree. I agree with that.
The character Jules was originally not supposed to be played by Samuel L. Jackson. It was supposed to go to Lawrence Fishburne, and then Lawrence Fishburne turned it down and dropped out, and then de facto went to Sam Jackson.
Right.
And I think that's got to be the biggest regret of Lawrence Fishburne's career because honestly, I don't. There's no one else who could have even come close to Sam Jackson's performance, but Lawrence Fishburne is one guy who could have done something almost
Absolutely.
as good with it.
Well, and there are still dudes walking around with the bad motherfucker wallet.
I want one of those.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Who doesn't?
Almost ironically, but because I'm not a bad motherfucker.
No.
I know somebody that has it.
In case you don't know
He's
what
a cool
ironic
guy,
means.
but he's not a bad motherfucker.
I feel like anyone carrying, other than Sam Jackson's character Jules, anyone else carrying that wallet is definitely not. Bad motherfuckers don't carry wallets to say bad motherfucker.
No, they're just film fans
Yeah. Oh, fair point.
who are real bad motherfuckers. Let me tell you. Oh, I'm a film critic.
So, I again, you've told me 95 a few times. It came out in 97. It was supposed to be in 95.
Yep.
Windows 95 had PowerPoint for one of the first times. It was the first iteration of PowerPoint, and it felt like a fucking PowerPoint movie with all of the crossfading.
That's a stylistic choice, though.
I got to tell you, it's one I did not enjoy. It honestly got to the point where I was like, it's the same thing over and over.
Well-
I get it. I know I'm stepping on, he's clearly got the eye, but damn, I got tired of that. I don't know.
It's supposed to feel like
Unpopular
It's
opinion.
supposed to have paying homage to those 70s styles era films, and that was the only transition I think that they could do.
It probably was, and that's also why they probably did anybody else in the bar shot where they decide upon the dark bar, right?
Yeah.
Because she looks like she just got out of jail. And they go and they're talking in the bar, and it's
Red. Super red.
It's not. It looks like the TikTok filter red.
Yeah.
It looks like they took a bowl of red Jello and just sat it in front of the lights.
Aaron, I thought that exact same thing, and my thought was, this is red for a reason. They're trying to communicate something with the lighting. I don't know what it is, though.
Honestly, at first I wrote down this was done in post, and then I realized no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. That
Not-
was
not
the
that year.
lighting.
I wrote some down. Like, I've never been to a place like the Cockatoo Inn.
I love
But
the name.
I would
Again.
like to go to a place like that. I wonder if
Fuck
places
yes.
like that still exist. And when they go back there later on and you actually see the bar itself, like the bar looks really fucking cool too.
Yeah.
It's very
I
90s.
think you got to go to a bigger city.
Yeah,
And
probably.
go into
so.
the sketchier part of town.
Well, it's very 90s for like someone to suggest, hey, do you want to go to the Hilton Inn, like the Hilton bar? It's like, what?
Yeah, there's a hotel bar by my house.
Hotel bar? What? No.
Yeah.
Let's just go to a bar like regular
Yeah.
alcoholics.
It bothered. I couldn't tell, and I might be wrong here, boys, but it kind of. Samuel L. Jackson's character, Roby, does not strike me as a guy who's going to carry a 22, and it looked like that's what he was taking in to shoot her when he was a.
Oh, yeah, that little small nickel-plated pistol.
Yes, thank you. I don't. It might not have been, but
That's another great scene of Tarantino, like building the tension though.
absolutely.
Well, and that's the scene where I wrote down where I think that's where Jackie Brown really, she shows she is a bad bitch, man.
Oh, yeah.
She shows
She
up.
takes control.
Absolutely.
She intimidates him. That's one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah,
with
and-
Foxy Brown with Jackie Brown.
And Ordell turns off the light, and then she turns it back on. He turns it off again, but
Yeah.
then it goes to that cut.
Well, no, they're
Max
not turning
Cherry.
it off. There's a power surge happening.
No,
Is that
there-
what's happening?
no, it's one of those lamps
No, he
that
was
you
turning them
have
off.
that you can
'Cause it-
adjust the power.
Yeah.
Like you turn it down.
Oh.
I grew up in a house with a lamp like that. Pretty
I lo-
much we
I
had
love
a lamp
lamp.
like that growing up, where you turn it up and you could, instead of it being like a 3-click type thing, that
It had
has
a
the
dimmer
different-
switch?
Yeah.
Almost like track
It's
lighting.
a dimmer switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that too, and it kind of bugged me. I was like, the note says, "What the fuck is he turning off the lights for?" what is this split screen? And then all the split screen, and then all of a sudden I just typed, damn. Never mind.
Because he's going for his gun, trying to put it back
Yes.
up, and it's gone. And right then is when she's like,
Yeah.
Well,
what is that pointed?
He was going to strangle her, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like a gun
Got
in
his
my
hand on her
fucking
throat.
belly or whatever. It's just like,
It feels like there's a gun pointed at my dick. There is.
Yeah, it's because there is.
It's funny you say that, Roby, because I do have a small caliber pistol pointed at
38
your Johnson.
Saturday
stole
Night
it from
Special.
Maximum Cherry.
Yeah, it was a 38, wasn't it? It's a
Little
38 special.
spin gun. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wheel gun. I don't know if any of the listeners would like to catch up to us, but this plays on Encore like a shitload.
Well, I got it because I have a subscription to Stars. So
yeah, I didn't want to do it. I was being cheap. So I only rented
Well, it was no, Aaron. I was with you actually because it was $3.99 to rent, but it was $8.99 for a month of Stars. And I was like, well,
Okay.
okay, I'll pay the extra $5 and I'll watch some shit on Stars for a month and cancel it.
It was at this point after she decided to have a standoff with Roby's dick that I finally figured out, holy crap, this was Foxy Brown, the black action lady that they based Beyonce Knowles.
It's a great band name.
Off of.
A standoff with Roby's dick. It's a
Yeah,
great band name.
I liked the way you put that. That made
Yeah.
me laugh. Yeah.
I'm glad. And Roby, excuse me. Feel free. Feel free, buddy.
You
It's all
got it,
yours.
Aaron.
God damn it. How does so? Did anybody else find it bizarre that Mr. Cherry did not have to report the gun going missing with the felon? I mean, to me,
He was sprung, dude.
Yeah, he was already in love with her. It was love at first sight
Yeah,
for him.
he was sprung. Anyone else would have stolen his gun, he absolutely would have done that immediately.
Yeah, I love when he's dropping off, like right before he's dropping somebody off to pick up Jackie Brown. He's like, Max Cherry dropping off Lopez, Anita here for Brown, Jackie. And they're like, do you have a gun? He's like, you bet I do.
You betcha.
Yeah. Are you armed? You bet I am.
Yeah, sure.
You betcha.
But then right then after that is when she walks down and he just falls for her.
absolutely.
So I think
Yeah, there's that slow motion walking scene where they're playing that crazy song. Yeah.
he absolutely should have reported her, but I think he, like Rob said, he was sprung.
Right. So, this is getting towards the end of my first night of watching, and this is where it starts going off the rails. But that is a nice dragon piece. I thought Keenan would have.
Oh,
a
the
comment.
bong?
Yeah.
Well,
the water pipe there, that dragon one.
Every time they're smoking weed in this, you can guess that I was appreciating it. I was like, yeah, that's good.
Join in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of
Or
course.
joint in, if you will.
I did write down. I'll just go ahead and say it now because we're talking about smoking weed. When Chris Tucker earlier on and Ordell's trying to get him to come out and, obviously he's trying to kill him. But he's like, come on, man, I need you to come out. And he's like, man, I'm home. I'm home. I'm high. I don't want to go out. And I was like, man, I feel that. Like when I'm high and I'm home, I don't really want to go out either. Like that line spoke to me.
I don't think anyone who's at home and gets high is like, we should go clubbing, bro. Let's get out. Like,
Yeah, or go deal with some fucking Korean people.
Hell no.
To buy some guns, because that's
Alright.
what he's asking him to do.
All
Get
you
in the
gotta do is
trunk of a
pop
car.
out, rack this
When,
shotgun.
yeah, when I'm high and home, if Samuel L. Jackson's like, you gotta come get in the trunk. We just going over to Koreatown. Be like, nah, man, I'm home and I'm high.
I've been to Koreatown in L.A.
Have you?
Yes.
Did you rack a shotgun?
No.
Rack this motherfucker.
I don't shoot nobody. No, I went to a nice soccer bar in Koreatown a couple years ago.
That's an interesting choice. A soccer bar.
I was trying to kill time between when I was going to a Laker game, and and so I was like, well, all right. I walked around. I was in Koreatown. I'm like, oh, this looks like a cool bar, and I went in, and it was cool. I got a picture there.
Someday, I aspire to be such a badass with so much fucking money, I have to carry a Merce like Roby does.
Wait, what were you talking about?
He's got a little merce.
He's got a Merce, man.
That's-
It's like he took a fanny
it's
pack.
a fanny pack.
Cut the straps
It's
off.
a fanny pack,
He's
yeah.
wearing it on a wrist. He's wearing it on a wrist
That's
strap
true.
there,
It's
dude.
like a clutch, I think is what. Yeah,
Thank you.
it's a clutch.
It's a clutch, yes.
But it's a merce because
Absolutely.
it's a man.
Sure, you
clutch.
don't want to be the Blue Ranger, Keenan?
It's a much. Blue Ranger was
Dude, are you shitting on Blue Ranger? Billy?
Billy?
He was a badass.
Billy. He was like the tech guy.
No,
Yeah.
it's a gay joke. I'm sorry, gay people.
Jesus.
Because
You know
Blue-
what? On
No,
taboo, taboo
that
jokes,
actor was gay.
Oh,
He's
okay.
gay. Well, he still is, I imagine.
That's a really weird way to phrase that. So did anybody else
Still is.
catch that? All I said was yeesh. Is 16 all that much better than
So
14?
said the exact same thing. He's like, how old
Did
were you in
make
this picture?
Did you make a note of Calvin would have loved that shit?
Yeah, well, I
It's in
did.
my notes right here.
I'm glad you did, though.
Sorry,
yeah.
Calvin.
He was like, oh, you were 14? God damn, I thought you were at least 16. Like, that's better?
Yeah, thank you.
So you're like, you're okay with
God damn it, De
sexualizing a
Niro.
16-year-old?
Right? Yeah.
I guess he's supposed to be kind of a scumbag.
Wanna fuck?
Well, that's Melanie. Anyway, I keep that picture because of all the fucking time I was there. That's the only picture I've got of me in Japan.
Wanna fuck?
That's Japan. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I can. Yeah, looks. I could tell. Wanna fuck?
You see the moon balloons on that chick?
3 minutes later, that was fun. Yeah, that'll hit the spot.
That hit the spot.
That hit the spot.
De Niro did this thing with his character where he was always just like he didn't quite understand how to like communicate his feelings. He was like, yeah, I was like, oh, it's the bitch dead. Like, she look at, but yeah, more or less.
You know how she gets to talking, and
The conversation that Samuel L. Jackson's character has with Robert De Niro after that, it just cracked me up.
After what?
After the sex scene, he's like, "So did you guys fuck?" And De Niro at first is like, "Oh
That
shit,
don't-
man."
and that's
like,
one of my
"She your
favorite
girlfriend?"
scenes in the movie.
It's so good.
It's a great scene.
Honestly, it was like to me, it looked like they just said, "Okay, here you guys go. This is the subject. This is what you're doing," and just riff on it.
Just riff.
And that's what it felt like to me. I thought it was fantastic.
yeah, it was good. I knew she'd toss a brother to fuck or whatever.
Yeah.
She ain't no good at it, but she likes to fuck.
Yeah, she likes to fuck.
Man, my notes just jumped all fucking over. But
No, it's cool, man. I'm sorry. I'm sprinkling a lot of mine in as you're doing it.
yeah, no, it's all
I
good,
am
man.
too, yeah.
I enjoy it. The hair. No,
Sorry, before you go on
Please.
Aaron, can we talk about the sex scene for 1 second between Robert,
for it.
between
Oh,
De Niro
absolutely, you
and
may.
Bridget Fonda? It might be the most awkward sex scene I've ever watched. Like De Niro looks like he's a 15-year-old like busting his first nut.
I think that's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah,
though,
and, oh no, it's very awkward. Like he was just fucking breathing.
bad.
You got any beer?
yes.
You want a Metrix? Let's fuck.
Yeah.
It's like a whole meal and a shake. That was fun. Now we can catch up.
It's like, huh, that was fun. And that's the thing. Like she looked like she was just taking it and didn't seem like she was enjoying it at all.
No, yeah, well, she just likes it.
And also in the kitchen, can we not? There's a bedroom 10 feet away, which I think would make the experience a lot better.
The kitchen didn't bother me.
I mean, he's been in prison a long time.
Yeah.
That's true.
Fuck it.
It took him 3 minutes after getting out of prison. It's pretty good.
Well, they had to walk over the kitchen. That took a minute and a half,
No, it didn't.
I mean, he still had time to cuddle in my world, so I don't know what to tell you. Starting.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I this is where I had to start again on my second viewing and go back, kind of in that garage point where they've started talking. Ray Nicolette is talking with Jackie Brown, and they're discussing how things are gonna go down and everything like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know the scene.
So, I don't know. It just bothered me. Like, after that, how do the two government agents, they're ATF agents, and they don't notice the bail bondsman he's not even being sly. He's straight up staring at him. I mean, like lurking, creeper style.
I guess in a movie, I guess I would say suspension of disbelief.
Okay, you like to lean on that one. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
He's just a nondescript looking white dude.
Yeah,
I guess.
he
He's
is.
an
Had 'em all.
old grandpa looking guy.
He
yeah.
blends in very nicely.
He is a suburbanite for sure.
He blends in.
I don't know if you remember this, Rob, or not, but in high school, I wore the exact same fucking leather jacket as Keaton is wearing in this scene.
I do remember that. It's
I almost wore it tonight, but I was like, nah, it's fucking hot.
It's
Fucking hot.
almost 80s. Like, yeah.
I had no business wearing it, but I fucking did.
Well, neither did Keaton in this movie, in my opinion.
I enjoyed it. After that, the switch. I don't know if you guys got lost, but I definitely did. This is my first time viewing it, so you know.
Oh, the first time I watched this movie, from the second that she's got Ordell at gunpoint and she's like starting to come up with her plan, and then the next thing you see her with the feds, and then she's back with Max
Yes.
Sherry. It's like, so who is she being serious with, and who's she fucking
Thank you.
over, and what is happening?
That's supposed to be up to your interpretation. Because she's honestly she's even fucking over Max a little bit too. She says
yeah.
at the
She's
end-
totally using him. Yeah.
but she says she's not, but she is. And so this is what I compare.
I think she would have let him go with her. Like, I think she would have.
Oh,
ran
for
away
sure,
with him.
yeah. She liked him, but
She
she
fell for him
definitely
by the end,
used
yeah.
him. The third act of this film, middle second act to the third act of this film, is Tarantino's Ocean's 11, essentially.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because it shows it from three different people's
Yeah.
perspectives.
It
was
breaks
her
down
in
the heist.
dressing
It
room.
explains
Yeah.
everything and how it happened.
But I got told, the first time I watched this, don't feel alone, because I was the exact same way. I was like, fuck, now I have no idea what's happening. This movie was pretty straightforward, and now I have no idea what's going on.
It was,
Yeah.
you know, and it's not a linear timeline
No,
either.
not at all.
Yeah.
Much like Ocean's 11, like they go
Very much.
They
Very
change
much.
timeline. Yeah.
But I will say that I got distracted by, is it Forster?
Robert Forster.
Robert Forster's hair plugs.
Yeah, he talks about him in the movie
I know
too.
he did, but man,
They stand out.
After he mentioned him, I think it was.
That's all he could stare. I stared at him,
I
too. Yeah.
stared at him. I felt bad. But
Did you think she was kind of being a bitch though too when she's like, "How do you feel about getting old?" He's like, "You're not old." She's like, "I know. I'm talking about you, you old
Motherfucker,
fuck.
I'm talking about you. You're like 10 years older than me.
You're like halfway, 1 foot in the grave, brother."
Yeah, you're going to die in 2019.
That's what old people do, you know. They die.
It is true.
What's that from?
Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, old school. It's when Blue.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
Damn
yeah.
it, Blue was old. That's what old people do.
They die.
There's an old lady that goes, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I loved. I don't know his name, but Winston, the character who played Winston.
Yeah, Debo.
He was also one of the cronies or whatever for Ben Stiller in Dodgeball.
No, absolutely.
He was Laser, Blazer, or Taser, whatever one.
One
He
of
was
the
like the
hazers.
he's a big guy.
Taser.
Or no, he might have been
Laser.
Michelle or something like that.
His
No,
male consigliere.
he's not his fitness consigliere. That's a different guy. He is also a large man.
But he's definitely in Dodgeball, right?
Yes.
I think so.
All right.
You're
think
right.
so.
He is not the consigliere.
This is my fitness consigliere, Michelle.
The switch confused the shit out of me. I love all of Tarantino's costuming choices. I think in all of his pieces, he does a really great job. He makes them stand out. There's always the yellow suits.
Yeah, but I didn't think that black suit was that cool, though. They're like, that looks so fucking badass. I'm like, give her
No,
something
I
that
love
looks
that.
super badass.
Maybe in
then.
95
It's just
it
a
did.
normal
She looked
looking
good.
suit.
She looked good.
It was a power suit for a chick.
Make it like purple
She
or
looked
something.
good. Dude, did it not scream to you Reservoir Dogs, though?
A little bit.
And kind of Pulp Fiction. Now that you
Little
say
bit.
that.
That's
yeah,
my next note.
all right. Yeah.
Uma Thurman
all
wore
right.
the same damn suit in Pulp Fiction.
Now that you say that, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
right.
Respect.
No.
I definitely did not appreciate Lewis shooting Melanie.
I did.
I thought it.
Rob.
The first time it happened. Well, the first time it happened, the only time it happens in the movie, but the first time I saw
Hey,
it,
dude,
I
he
remember
warned her.
I remember
He
being
did.
so
He
like,
did
oh
warn
my
her.
god, he actually fucking did it.
He
Like,
hauls
oh
off and
my
just shoots the
god,
girl.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've never laid a hand on a woman, but I thought I was like, dude, just shoot her. She sucks so bad.
God damn.
How do you even rob banks, Lewis? Did you forget where you parked your car then,
Is
Lewis?
it this lane, Lewis?
I do love
is it
after-
this row, Lewis.
After he shoots her though, and then he sees where it is, and he kind of goes back. He takes a step back. He's like, "See, I told you."
I wrote that down too. It's like
Fucking there.
he shit talks the dead body. It was
Yeah.
like, I knew it. It's right here.
Well, he doesn't know that she's dead for sure, because Ordell's like, "Did she die?" He's like, "I'm pretty sure." Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
It's that perfect trope where, you're having the argument and like 2 minutes later you think of the perfect comeback. Shit.
Yeah.
And another thing.
Fucking Jackson's just like, you could have just hit her. He goes, maybe
You just hit her? You shot her twice?
Yeah, maybe
maybe I could've.
Maybe I
Is she
could've
dead?
hit her.
I love that he
I don't
asked,
know.
is she dead?
maybe.
Yeah.
At first, I just was laughing. I was like,
More or less.
of course she is. He shot her twice. And then I realized he's asking because he wants to cover his ass.
Oh yeah.
I honest to God,
She
did
would be the
not-
first to turn on him.
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
Well, he absolutely says, like, anybody else but her.
Yeah.
Because they had the conversation, like, do you keep anything from her?
But then he strangely has. So Melanie's a strange character because Samuel L. Jackson is a huge dick to her all the time. But he has this strange affinity and affection for her where, like, he was legitimately upset when she was dead. He was like, damn, that was my
She
little surfer
threw him
girl.
a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he did have an affection for her. I mean, you're right. That was my little white surfer girl. I remember that line. Again, I've only seen it once. I was shocked how long De Niro lasted. I expected, because they put him in that kind of lackey crony position, I didn't expect his character to last that long.
No.
By the time they killed him, I was shocked that he had died. Like, he makes it that far. I don't know. I was surprised because they're having that conversation, or Ordell just shoots him randomly.
Well, but that's also where you get your Tarantino violence because they don't shy away from the splatter on the window. Like they
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
very,
in it.
very real.
as far as
seeming
violence
shot.
go, though, this is a not violent film
No,
for Tarantino.
for Tarantino, it's completely calmed down, but it is the closest it comes to having the violence of a Tarantino film, right?
Dude. Yeah. And while we're talking about him, that scene where they shoot him, one of my favorite De Niro lines in this movie is because he's trying to explain how, I did actually see Max Cherry in there. I just didn't realize that maybe he knew her already or whatever. And he's like, "Stop giving me excuses, motherfucker." And he's like, I'm not giving you excuses. I'm not telling you excuses. I'm telling you reasons. And I love that. Next time someone says I'm giving him excuses, I'm going to say that. It's not excuses. I'm giving you reasons.
Giving you reasons.
Yeah. I fucking loved that line.
Reasons. I think it's a song.
I think that is a song, yeah. Who does that?
Oh,
song?
no,
Is
it's
it R. Kelly or
Earth, Wind, and
something?
Fire.
Oh, okay.
Reasons.
Is it R. Kelly?
Yeah, it's Reasons.
All right.
This is some repugnant shit.
How the fuck do you live like this? Live like what?
This is some repugnant shit. So good. I love his one-liners. Yeah, keep fucking with me. You're gonna be the one to sleep forever. So good.
Forever.
After this point, I go into like long dives of. I love how Tarantino kept you in suspense, literally the whole movie, and through the whole time, through hard moments, whether it's Robbie thinking that Melanie, he's thinking through Melanie's murder, like he sits there. You watch the veins in the man's head expand with fury.
Yeah,
as he's figuring out like, fuck, what am I gonna do here? Or the ride that he shares, that Max and Robbie share. That was it was. I think Tarantino purposefully makes you sit in hard moments to make it more realistic, right?
For sure.
Yeah, even the conversation with Beaumont, like you know Samuel L. Jackson's up to no good or at some
Absolutely.
point. At this point, you haven't seen him do anything real
Right,
reprehensible,
right.
but you just know it's wrong. But then he's doing it with such a nice guy.
He's convincing.
It's like Goodfellas. Your murderers come with smiles.
Yeah.
That's how he did it.
No, it's more like Donnie Brasco's. Donnie, when you're sent for and you're killed, it's your best friend who does it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Donnie Brasco. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Did again, one of those real life moments that's slow that he makes you sit through is Jackie Brown practicing her draw, which I expected
Dude,
to be
shitty. She's such a bad draw.
So bad. So goddamn. It was so slow. Honestly, at that point, I was like, man, I think my streaming is lagging. Like,
No, I want to be like, I hope she's not. I hope this isn't Plan A.
Yeah,
because she's gonna not. This isn't never gonna work.
if this is what she's betting her life on, she is just up a fucking.
She's a real shit draw.
Do you feel like they kind of did Ordell dirty though? Because
Oh,
she
so
doesn't
good.
draw down on him.
No.
It's just, hey, he's got a gun, and then fucking Batman shows up out of nowhere and blasts him.
But
That's how it
my
had to
favorite
be.
part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Jackie's got to get off scot free.
Exactly.
That's fair. Yeah,
the
right.
last 30 minutes of this movie are literally the best damn part. Up until now, the movie is it's at that detailed, almost drawn out pace. And then at the last fifth of the movie, the train comes off of the fucking rails. The whole movie is incredibly Tarantino-esque. The episode chapter structure isn't as prevalent, but the three visuals of the same exchange to make it all happen. That I'm gonna call it the 11 or whatever. Ocean's 11 kind of thing where they go back and
the
show
heist,
what was going on.
yeah.
The heist trope. I really enjoyed that, but I kept pausing it because it was so long, and out of nowhere I was like, holy shit, because I thought I had another hour left, and it turned out I had 15 minutes, and it was just so action-packed. I mean, he draws all of these different angles in a matter of 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
He concludes everything. He sews up everything really nicely in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a good point that the chapter thing is not as prevalent, but it is still kind of there.
It's there,
With it
but he
says
doesn't
the
lean
trial
on it.
run at one point.
right.
And yeah.
And then the exchange.
Yeah.
For real this time.
Yeah, for real.
Yes. Did anybody else notice that Keaton is fucking rocking the socks and sandals?
Oh yeah.
He blasts Odell, and it does it in fucking socks and sandals. I'm very impressed with him. But again, it just kind of falls back on the Tarantino's movies having the great costume work. Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, phenomenal stuff. And I really enjoyed the tie-in. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the scene where Max Cherry walks out of a movie theater at the mall.
Yep.
You hear a song rolling through credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it plays in the credits of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I read
loved
that.
that.
Yeah.
Loved that.
Yeah.
That was my whole take. I know it was long-winded, but guys, I enjoyed the movie.
No, it's good.
Thank you for the recommendation.
I did most of mine with you, so we're good.
Good.
So Keenan,
Yeah.
but what else you got?
I got a few things.
Okay.
Most of the stuff, I just sprinkled in. But I will say, shout out to this being based off of an Elmore Leonard. All right. Well, shit.
It's kind of a key piece, man.
I'll throw
Yeah,
that.
so that's an Elmore Leonard book. Well, all right, we're past it. It's fine.
Yeah. So shout out to Justified.
Raylan,
Great show.
God
also
damn
based
it,
on
Raylan.
Elmore Leonard. Anyway,
timing.
Boyd Crowder.
one
So
of the
good.
things that I wondered on this time watching is with Ordell being obviously he's a criminal, that has people underneath him.
Is that obvious?
I would say so.
I would say so.
He's got cronies.
Don't you think that, I guess my question about this movie, the one unanswered question is really how Max Cherry, he gets involved because Ordell goes to him to bail out Beaumont. But why Max Cherry? Wouldn't you think he would have a guy already, some bail bondsman that he trusted, that he had an understanding with? Why does he go to Max Cherry? Never understood
I think
that.
that's nitpicky.
It is nitpicky.
It
but
might be nitpicky, but he goes to him because I don't know if you noticed, but Melanie talks with Lewis about how he just got into this and he really doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. So
Okay.
he's still new to it. So he might have cronies beneath him, but as far as having to bail out one of his guys, this is probably the first time he's had to do it.
Okay.
So he goes and finds Max
I'll allow
Cherry.
it.
You
And
know,
honestly,
no name,
it makes it
small,
more
hole-in-the-wall
legit
guy.
if he uses a guy that's super legit
That's
because
just somebody
super
random guy.
straight.
yeah. So that
Yeah.
way, it's when the guy gets murdered. I don't know.
Yeah, I even wrote down it doesn't ruin the movie by any means, but it's just a thought I had while I was watching it.
I get it. It's nitpicky.
Yeah, it's just as he was walking in there, I was like, I wonder why he doesn't have a guy. But anyway,
I got a guy.
I also like when he goes, when Samuel L. Jackson's like, you just go out there, press the little button, it'll go ear, and then it'll let you in. And then the sound that it makes is pretty similar to what
No,
he
it's
did.
identical.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that was good.
Don't mess with my levels. I got them right where I like them.
Yeah, you can adjust the volume all you want, but don't touch my levels.
Oh, dude, this is not a flattering angle for me. I'm gonna change this up.
I
Anyways,
think
keep
you
going.
look divine.
Oh God.
The Chewbacca shirt really helps, though.
It's actually I want. It's not. It is Chewbacca, but it says Tupaca on it, and he's got like the do.
I was wondering why I could see Chewbacca's nipples. Now I know.
And I'm not. I think this shirt might be kind of racist. I probably shouldn't wear it.
And moving on.
And I think you look great.
So I've been on a bit of a Tarantino kick for some reason. Actually, I happened to watch this movie within the last couple months just because I saw it sitting on my fucking entertainment center with all my other Blu-rays. And I was like, you know what? I haven't seen Jackie Brown in a long time. I think I'll watch it. Then I watched the Kill Bill movies, and then I watched Hateful Eight the other day. So I've been on a bit of a Tarantino kick. And the other cop that's not Michael Keaton,
Yeah.
Right.
The guy who kind of looks like Jay Moore.
Yeah, he does kind of look like Jay Moore with a mustache.
Yeah.
But he's in Kill Bill, and my name's Buck, and I'm here to fuck. He's the guy that's like,
My name's
Is he the guy who has
Selling
the
her out.
pussy wagon?
he's the guy with the pussy wagon
Yeah.
in the Kill Bill movies.
Okay.
Good call out.
And I had never put that together, but I had just watched this, and then I watched Kill Bill like the next
Nice.
week, and I was like, oh my God, that's the cop from.
That guy's got the pussy wagon.
Yeah. So I guess that's one of Tarantino's boys, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. Can you weigh in for me? Why is it that every Tarantino film, someone is wearing vibrant yellow, like as yellow as the screwdriver, man?
Who does in this movie?
Odell, Roby, man, he's wearing a yellow shirt when he's got his hair down.
Oh,
And he's
yeah.
going
yeah.
on the
Was that when
stair.
they were in the mall? No.
No. It's like an almost. Not, it might not be the very. I think it's the final scene where they do the standard Tarantino looking up from the body shot.
Yeah.
I think he's in that bright yellow shirt, just like the bright yellow tracksuit, just like the bright yellow.
Well, I don't know if that's a Tarantino choice though, because he hired. Well, okay, maybe it's this. Maybe he uses the same costume designer for all of his films, and that's kind of a preference they have.
Well, because okay, so I dug a little deep on it, and I was like, okay, why the fuck are they doing the suit?
Yeah.
I found out that I always attributed it to the
fucking rage.
Sorry about that, guys. That was an accidental hit.
I always attributed it to Bruce Lee, right? And I figured out that Bruce Lee only wore the yellow tracksuit, that huge iconic suit, because in the fight scene that he was wearing it in, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was supposed to kick him in the chest, and the black tracksuit he was wearing wasn't showing it, so he wore a yellow one. So you saw the gigantic fucking footprint on his chest.
Oh, that's fucking fascinating.
So I don't know, like, why the fuck does Tarantino use it? To me, it feels like he does a lot. Maybe you've clearly watched more of his films and know him a bit better.
Well, no, now that you
Well,
mentioned
Kill
it,
Bill for sure.
Uma Thurman
Yeah,
is wearing
no,
it.
Uma
Yeah.
wears it like a damn near a copy. I feel like there's yellow in Pulp Fiction a couple of times. Reservoir Dog.
I mean, there's Mr. Is there Mr.
I don't
Yellow?
think there's a Mr. Yellow.
No, there's no Mr. Yellow. But I don't know. It just was something I noticed. I didn't know if you had something to weigh in on that.
No.
Okay, my bad.
But yeah, no bad.
Continue, Keenan.
Okay, so I like that Ray, who was actually Michael Keaton. So it turns out.
Wait, you're telling me he's not really Ray? He's actually Michael Keaton in real life?
The guy Buck, whoever, the other fucking cop.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like that.
The Jay Moore lookalike.
Yeah, whenever Jackie gets arrested at first, she has to smoke. He's like, did you ask me if you could smoke in here? And she's like, may I smoke? He's like, no. But then later on, when
When
she
she
goes in,
cooperates.
she's cooperating, and he's like, yeah, absolutely, you could smoke. That was a nice touch. I feel like cops would actually do that. I don't know.
Absolutely, reward good behavior.
They were definitely
Exactly.
doing the good cop, bad cop thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then the last note that I have here was just that I really liked the CD and tape store. Like that just was
Absolutely.
such a time. This whole movie really, and I never went to LA in the 90s, but I imagine it gives you a sense like what it was like just being on the street, being an average dude in the 90s in
Yeah.
LA. Like the mall scene, the tape
Yes.
store.
The mall scene was so 90s.
Yeah, the Cockatoo Inn, wherever Ordell ends up shooting Robert De Niro, and he gets out, and it's a random side street, but it's just like an empty side
Just a
street.
service street
It's
in
just
nowhere.
very good.
Want to point out, there's a lot of public murder in broad daylight in the last 20 minutes of this film.
Yeah.
Absolutely, there is.
Well, just straight up in the parking lot of a mall.
Yeah, where it's just
Go to Independence Center, try to shoot someone, and just walk
You
away and
couldn't.
see what happens.
No, well,
don't
there's-
do that. Don't do that.
why are you looking at me like I'm going to do it?
Well, no, because I had just. I'm not looking at you. I guess like
You literally were looking at me. You were like, don't do
I was
that.
talking to you.
Don't do that.
Raging Rob is at Independence Center. Stay away.
He's got carrots and a gun. Run.
So yeah, that's all. That's all the notes I had. I like this movie a lot.
All right,
so there you go.
So I only had one more note that I haven't talked about yet, and it's quick and it's easy. The De Niro mustache didn't age well.
I
don't like it.
I didn't mind his mustache.
I don't like it.
I liked it.
I think it just it added into this not being a Robert De Niro movie that he would like the mustache was out of place. His acting was a little out of place. I liked it.
Okay, so I guess we will now move on. Do you know what time it is?
It's time for Tipsy Trivia.
Pretty good? Pretty good. Okay. All right, so this is the portion of the podcast where we have 5 trivia-based questions from the film. If you two get 3 of the 5 right, and I have to shotgun and you don't, and if you get less than 3 right, you have to shotgun and I don't, but inevitably we will all end up shotgunning. We'll start with number 1.
Number 1.
Over, under 39. How many times does Samuel L. Jackson say motherfucker in this movie?
39 is such a. It's either going to be 38 or 40. I feel like.
Nope, it's 37.
I'll say under.
I'm going under. I don't know. Actually, no.
Under, it's 37.
All right.
Fuck you.
All right.
Not kidding.
All right.
Under 37. Number 2. True or false? This is Tarantino's only movie to not receive an Oscar from any category.
False.
False.
It is false.
Yeah.
Because didn't you already say
Niro.
Robert Forster?
I wish I had. I wish I hadn't.
Yeah.
He's nominated for an Oscar. Number 3. Which actor was not considered for the role of Max Cherry? Was it A, Gene Hackman,
Hackman.
B, Paul Newman, C, John Saxton, or D, Robert De Niro?
Who's John Saxton?
I don't know, but I'll go ahead and tell you he was considered.
Okay. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
I didn't either, but he was considered.
I'll say Hackman.
I have no idea. I'll go with Hack. I thought that this role was for
It was,
Forster.
but
Like I thought he was approaching. So
but
like, no,
he-
you're doing it, bitch.
no, he did,
Saka.
but he definitely went to other people in case Forster for some
Okay.
reason couldn't
You know
or
what?
didn't.
I kind of
'Cause he
want to
was so
change
busy.
I want to change my answer.
Okay,
I want to change it to Paul Newman. I don't see Paul Newman in a Tarantino movie.
I think Paul Newman would have been fantastic in this.
I mean, I like Paul Newman just fine, but
The
He could
answer,
have played the straight guy for sure, like the straight character.
the answer is Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro was never considered for this role. He wanted to play the role, but Tarantino was like, nah. And so he's like, well, I'd like to work with you, though. So he gave him this role. And then they had a lot of riffs on set because De Niro's like, my character doesn't do anything. I don't know why it's like Rodney Dangerfield.
I was gonna say, no respect.
I get no respect.
I get no respect. Take my wife everywhere. She always finds a way home.
Yeah. Oh, rest in peace. That guy was funny. Take my wife, please.
Yeah.
Number 4, true or false? So you guys have 2 right, 1 wrong. Number 4, true or false? This is Tarantino's only movie, God damn it, that has been adapted from pre-existing material.
True.
It is true. It's because the Rum Punch was the Elmore Leonard book this movie was based on.
It says it in the titles.
What titles?
In the titles of this movie, it says based on the book Rum Punch. by
Well, I don't know if you
Elmore
guys
Leonard.
watched that.
I mean, I watched the
You
movie.
told me to watch the fucking movie.
No, I know, but it's the titles. Like,
I read all the
who
titles.
pays attention to that?
Oh, I do.
I'm reading the subtitles. I'm sure as shit gonna read the titles.
Okay, all right. Well, it was funny because in the book, well, here's the one big change Tarantino made in the book.
The race.
Yeah, she was white. Main
Oh,
character
okay.
was white, so he changed it and kind of added this whole blaxploitation aspect to it, which is why while it is based on a book, it's very different than the source material. And number 5, you guys are already safe, but this will be fun anyway. Number 5, which Tarantino film alum was the first choice to play Ray Nicolette? So the question is, which male actor that's already been in a Tarantino movie was the first choice to play Ray Nicolette before Michael Keaton?
He had already been in one at
He's
this
been
point.
yes. He was the first choice. He'd been in Tarantino movies.
Are you gonna give us a
before.
list?
I am.
Thank God.
A, John Travolta, B, Michael Madsen, C, Steve Buscemi, or D, Harvey Keitel.
I wanted to be Buscemi, but I don't think it was.
See, when I didn't think he was going to give us a list, I was thinking either Travolta or Buscemi.
My safe bet is Travolta. I want it to be Buscemi.
But I'm going to say Michael Madsen.
I think I would have chosen Michael Madsen too. It was Travolta. Travolta was originally, yeah.
Yep.
Michael Madsen would have been good. Keitel would have been fine too. And they all would have been fine. Buscemi, probably not my last choice.
He's just such a unique look. I think it would have made a very interesting.
He's got pedophile
dynamic.
lips.
Yeah.
That's what Calvin said, not me, for the record.
No, yeah, that was one of the we talked about that.
Hot kettle, Calvin.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Oh,
Calvin
Calvin
knows what pedophile lips are.
I'm sorry, Calvin, man. That's
We actually can't do that anymore.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah.
Oh shit! Did I step in it? I did.
We'll talk about it off air.
We'll talk about it.
My bad, buddy.
And
Drinking buddies.
Drinking friends.
Aaron, we'll start with you since you're the guest. Who's the character you'd most likely like to get shit-faced, hammered, fucked up, shivoed with?
There it is. At first I thought Ray, just because he's not used to the hard stuff.
No, Ray wouldn't be fun. He doesn't even want to steal money.
All right, fine. If not him, I actually.
That's the quality of a good fucking drinking buddy. Hey, man, you want to get drunk and steal some fucking money?
Yeah. I want a guy who's like, hey, if I found a bag of money and it was untraceable, and they're like, you take that shit. Yeah.
That's finding money. That's not stealing money.
I honestly am gonna tell you, I want to go get a couple drinks with Winston because nobody's fucking with you.
That's a great choice.
You can go anywhere you want, drink anything you want, and nobody fucking with you.
Unless Craig shows up.
No, fuck Craig.
Craig beat his ass. He needed a cinder block to do it, but
That's cheating.
yeah. Anyway,
That's cheating.
Keenan, who's your drinking buddy?
Well, I'm going to have to go with Ordell, just because he's always drinking. He's the one that's always drinking. So, drinking screwdrivers. He seems like he'd make a mean screwdriver.
Is he like, okay, hear me out here. Is he like the strange, bizarro world version of the dude, but he's Ordell?
Yeah, his yeah.
Well,
the
the dude-
screwdriver versus the White Russian. I saw the similarities. Yeah.
In that sense, yes. I was going to say the dude never
Long
sold
hair.
guns or anything.
Long
but,
hair.
Wait for the sequel.
Ordell's got more bitches than the dude had too, but
For sure.
you know.
Yeah,
He's got
that's
hoes
true.
and area codes, man.
You got Cindy up in Hermosa Beach.
Also, that was funny. He was like, I don't want you to bring no rock hoe up here. He's like, it won't be no rock hoe. She's like, that's a terrible,
he said
that's a
she's
terrible
gonna
thing
be
to call a
fly or
human
something
being.
like that?
What?
I can't remember. She's not going to be no rock hoe. She's going to be fly. What did he call? He said,
I don't know. I was hung up on the fact that she used the phrase rock hoe, which is
Came out here from the Midwest, got lost up or whatever the fuck.
problem.
happened.
Well, and I think he turned
told her it was
Sharonda
Hollywood.
into
Sharonda,
a rock
yeah.
hoe.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's not a great term to use. Anyway, Rotten Tomatoes over under. We'll start with the critics. I will set the over under for the critics at 86%.
Over.
agreed.
87%.
All right.
I will set. Oh, well, shotgun after this. Well, just remind me. Audience, I will set also at an 86%.
Under.
Oh, I would have gone over.
85.
I just wanted to be contrarian to the first one.
And the IMDb was a
Dude, it was lower than
6.9.
7.5 or something.
7.5.
Yeah, I was surprised.
That's pretty high
Yeah.
for an IMDb, man. I don't see many 8.0s in IMDb.
I thought it would be in the 8s.
Really?
I don't know. I guess like the number one rated movie is like 8.4 or something.
Yeah,
shit, though, so,
and that's like Citizen Kane or something.
No, the number one's Shawshank.
Oh,
Unless
this
it's been
movie's
replaced.
better than Shawshank. Okay, then maybe that's I regret saying that.
I would watch this movie again before I'd watch Shawshank.
I think they're
I'm
equally.
going to agree with you.
I think they're equally.
I'd
good.
watch this before I watch Shawshank again.
And
I just watched this twice in the last couple months.
So here's what I'll tell you. I think that this is a hangout movie, and I think the more and more you watch it, the more you love it.
Yeah.
So I can understand why. I've only seen it once. I love me some Shawshank.
See, I've only
I'm
seen
gonna watch it.
Shawshank twice, and the only reason I ever saw Shawshank was because it was number one on IMDb.
All right,
Other than
it's
that, I would have never
fantastic.
saw it.
hear me out, guys. I want to do a stoner film that is kind of like it's like a parody of Shawshank Redemption. I want to call it the Shawdank Redemption.
Oh!
The only way it works is if you go get
Dude, you got that Shawdank Redemption, bro?
Seth Rogen.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawdank.
All right, so scrap the movie. Let's just name a strand of weed
There
the
you go.
Shawdank Redemption.
And the movie idea
Fuck
is
yes.
a biopic over the singer Sade, and it's called Sade Redemption.
Yes, well,
Sade's Redemption.
nothing gets me going more than tune than day by day.
Day by day. Yeah,
bidet.
there you go.
You mean a bidet? Bidet to you, sir.
Bidet. All right, so I think that about does it for this episode. I guess I'm going to take it out. Across 110th Street.
There you go, yeah.
We are the Real Buzz Crew, and we review the best of the worst for you.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Yeah, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Do we have to